Alright then, let us begin our session. First thing I need each of you to do is roll a d4.
I don't think I got one with me right now.
What do you mean you don't have a d4? If you don't have a d4, what are you even doing here?
I mean, I have tons of them. I just don't have it. Well, I mean, I have one right now. I got a 4.
Excellent.
I got a 2.
Great. And Dorvin got a 3. You listening, Dorvin?
Yeah, from what I can hear.
Excellent. Add that number of, that number that you rolled is the number of coppers that you all get.
Hey!
The reason being is that after last session, a few things happened. We're doing a bit of a time skip. Not a long one, but a few days have passed since last we've met with you. Dorvin has returned after he got word that the Inquisition left town with his books in hand. And Iris left on mysterious circumstances. Unfortunately, she did not seem to inform you as to what it was she was so urgently needed for, so you don't know. But she is gone, and the three of you are together. It has been several days, we might say around a week, but perhaps not just that long. And you wake up one morning to the sound of a lot of footsteps outside of the Beastmen Guild Hall.
What kind of footsteps? Are we talking marching?
Wait. Question. Before... Wait, sorry. Oh. I forgot that was not on push to talk, and I just did a bunch of spaces. No, during the period of time where the time skip or whatever, did I heal back to full?
Any damage that you guys have sustained is now been healed after this amount of time.
Okay.
So all damage you have taken is now recovered.
Hey, good question.
Good. Yeah, because I was at 5.
I meant to say that to you, but I had forgotten.
So is the footsteps that are outside, does it sound like marching?
It is a marching type sound, yes.
I get up and...
You hear Ramon call out to you from downstairs. Hey, you guys up? I know it's pretty early, but seems my reinforcements have finally arrived.
Oh, yeah, we're up. Well, I'm up. I don't know if the others are up.
I'm up. It's about time.
I am up.
Huzzah. Your reinforcements... Oh, well, I go downstairs. I look for...
As you make it downstairs, the men start to come in. Armored men with weapons and swords. A particular one stands out to you as a bit peculiar, as you have never seen one before. An orc man. Not a halfling, not a half-orc, a full-blown orc. You've heard of them before, obviously, but you have never seen one in person. And it strikes you as somewhat odd, as he's the only orc among the group.
How common are orcs in this?
Orcs are not a race which is currently, well, actually, give me a roll.
D100, I assume?
Of course.
91.
You know jack shit about orcs. Anyone else?
I'll try.
Well, please do not scream into your microphone. I will not have that here. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Dorvin?
I will try for a roll.
Of course. Dorvin knows quite a bit about orcs. In fact, he got a critical success. He is a very learned man of the world. Dorvin knows that, orcs are, not uncommon, but also not rare. They are a race that there are, a handful of them across the world. They have been rumored to be on the aggressive side, although there are no current wars being waged against any orc tribes.
So they're rare, but not so rare.
They're not rare, but among all of the different races, they are the second most rare. So it is an uncommon sight to see an orc.
Ah, hey, look, an orc. Hi.
Are you speaking to the orc?
Yeah, sure. I say hi to the orc.
Yes, hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Vidar.
Hello. Are you that group of people that survived the town?
Yes, that's us.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tom.
Oh.
Tom.
Tom the orc.
Yep, Tom the orc.
Hello, Tom.
I am the Beastmen's resident monster expert.
Ah, I see. It's, I don't believe I've ever seen an orc in person before.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, I just meant, I've never seen one. That's it.
Well, alright then. I suppose we're not a common sight among this area.
I don't know, it's just something new you don't see every day, I guess. Didn't mean anything negative by it, just new.
Vidar, being the charmer as always, is there anything you'd like to ask Tom the orc?
Where are you from?
Why, I'm from the Heartland, of course. Down south. Born and raised.
I believe I've never heard of that place.
The
Tell me about it.
Heartland is the region south of this region, where the capital city of Creeland is.
What's it like?
The Heartland? Well, it's, I live up in the capital city at the moment with the Beastmen. It's a pretty big city up there. Rather busy. Quite noisy. Not much my scene, to be honest, but that's where I work.
Are there more orcs up there?
I'm afraid I'm the only one up in the capital city.
Oh, okay.
As far as the Beastmen are concerned, of course. There are other orcs, they just don't work for the Beastmen there.
Oh, I see.
There's a bit of,
Bias?
a bit.
I see. That's not fair.
A lot of people don't see us orcs as being particularly intelligent. There's a stereotype, I'm sure you've heard of it, about us being unintelligent and violent creatures. But I assure you that is far-fetched falseries.
Ah. I believe you.
Stereotypes don't mean anything to me. So,
Yeah, he seems pretty bright, so I have no reason to doubt him.
Dorvin, you don't have anything to say to the orc man, Tom, do you?
Not exactly, no.
No, and nobody has
Oh.
any particular questions? Vidar?
Oh.
What?
Well, actually, I had another question before I ask another one to Tom, just for the DM. Did Dorvin read any of his book during this week?
He did. But here's the thing. It's only been roughly, say, a week-ish time. Dorvin is going to have to study the translation guide so that he can learn the language.
Yeah, but did he do any studying?
He did, that's what I'm saying, but he doesn't know any new information yet. He's learning the language, and it's going to take him time to learn the language.
Okay.
What for Tom? What weapon is he wielding?
Oh, Tom is wearing on him some simple leather straps holding up various plates of metal, although his armor, you would say, is a bit on the light side of things, and doesn't make much noise. You don't see any large particular weapons on him, but you do notice a short sword and a dagger on his belt, as well as a few peculiar items that are strewn about in pockets on him, but they don't look to be weapons of any kind.
Can I tell what these little things are?
I mean, they're bottles of various fluids or powders, and pouches contain... Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry, I say in character. You're dressed awfully light for someone as strong as you.
Oh, here we go, the orcs being brute stereotype again.
No, I'm just curious
I'll
about...
have you know that being the monster expert for the Beastmen means that I don't get outside and work out all that much. I'm actually quite the stealthy one.
Ah. So, are you more of an assassin?
I am not much in the way of a fighter, I will tell you. My job is information. I know the weaknesses of monsters.
May I ask what is in those liquids you have there?
Well, I'm carrying various oils and things which can be used both for medical purposes as well as weaknesses for monsters of varying types.
Oh, you mentioned the capital. Is that one of the bigger cities?
The capital? The capital happens to be the largest city in the entire Creeland region, or the Creeland country.
Ah. Need to head up there down there sometime. You said it was to the south.
South, yes.
Yeah. Have to head over there sometime. Sounds nice. If it's, huge city and whatnot. Is it nice down there?
You already asked me that question.
Oh. Oops. Oh, where'd you get your armor?
Why, it was made, of course, in the capital.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's nice to know that you're on our side, Tom.
Yep. Oh, but he did say he was a monster expert. I wonder if we should ask him anything relating to monsters.
You can. I don't have anything.
Oh. Oh, Tom, since you said you were a monster hunter, is there anything maybe you know about goblins that we don't?
Well, I don't know that you want to know any of that information, but...
On the contrary, I think he does.
Maybe.
What specifically are you interested in about them?
Any weaknesses?
Well, they're small and not particularly strong, although they are quite powerful for their size. That's about the extent of their weaknesses. Of course, they're not all that skilled as far as weaponry is concerned, but their ability to use any kind of tool at all makes them a far cry worse than a lot of other creatures that are more animalistic in nature.
What are their mating rituals like?
What kind of fucking question is that?
Tom walks closer to you, places a hand on your shoulder, and leans in and says,
Son, I really don't think you want to know what goblins do to reproduce.
Oh no.
Bigger men than yourself have killed themselves over such knowledge.
And you know?
Indeed.
Oh.
So if you want to know it, I will tell you, but be certain that that's what you want.
Yes?
He sighs. Very well. Goblins have in their underground burrows, their dens, a place set aside which they refer to, which we experts refer to as a breeding pit.
Oh no.
Goblins steal local women from towns because there are no goblin females, only goblin males. They rape the females that they steal from towns and villages, and they are impregnated with goblin seed. They have a very high success rate in their pregnancies. The pregnancies themselves only last a few days before their guts burst open with anywhere from 10 to 20 goblins.
Yikes.
The small children rip the mother alive, sucking her blood and then eating her flesh as they grow.
I didn't hear that last part. As they
grow.
Ah, jeez, that's terrible.
That's pretty nasty.
That's pretty messed up. Guess
Yeah,
we'll have
they're, Tom has a very upsetted look on his face, like he wants to puke, having said it.
That is pretty vile, I won't deny.
Look at what you've done to Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. But yes, it is terrible.
It's not saying it that's the hard part. It's remembering when you've seen it.
Oh. Right.
This isn't my first time in a den.
Oh no. Well, I'll leave you to it, Tom. We, give me a good reason to kill some more goblins.
So, what were you saying?
I was going to go seek out, Ramon.
Oh, well, so you don't have anything else you want to say to Tom?
Bye, Tom.
Okay, no, nothing more? Dorvin, you don't have anything to say?
Nope.
Very well, then. Well, as you're standing there, just about done with your conversation with Tom, you hear Ramon calling out, leading the Beastmen into the library area. And they all start moving in there.
Okay.
As I approach him, you said Ramon is in the library, right?
He's guiding them into the library. He's standing at the
Okay.
doorway.
I walk up to him. Ramon!
Yes?
So, do you have a battle plan for this?
Well, that's what we're going to be discussing now.
Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and walk into the library.
Very well. You may all enter into the library, where they crowd around the large table, which seems to have some various papers and such on it. Ramon says to...
Oh, I was just going to say, I look at the paper.
Oh. No, as you're about to enter in Vidar, Ramon puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Now, look, I don't mind showing you guys the battle plans. I don't see as how that's any problem, but you are aware that I'm not planning on bringing you guys with us. I mean, you're not beastmen."
Oh. Right. Well, I mean, wouldn't you like at least an extra hand or two?
You may attempt to convince Ramon to bring you.
Yeah, sure. Ramon, we've helped you in the past. I know we're not exactly the most experienced fighters, but, the more experience we get, the better we'll be,
Give me a roll.
45.
What's your charm? Or sorry, not charm, persuasion.
58.
Alright, so that's just a regular success. Okay. Look, I know that you lot are all quite capable people, but I don't think you understand. I can't, in good conscience, allow you to follow us into the nest of hornets and vipers.
Then what would you have us do?
Well, we'll discuss the plans, but I'd like you to stay here, in town, in case any of them try to attack while we're all gone, as the entirety of the Beastmen Guild here, as well as all the reinforcements sent, are all going to be away.
Do you have a reason to think they would attack here?
Well, it's
They
hard to
are all
say,
gone.
but we will all be gone, and the town doesn't have a strong guard presence to keep it safe.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we might be better off. Because if there's a attack, then these people are unguarded.
Why'd Dorvin drop?
Oh, no. Come back, Dorvin.
We'll just continue on and assume that he's just being very quiet.
So,
Okay.
you win this time. But next time we find one of these things, if we're around, we get to come along.
Sorry, say that again?
So, I agree. I think we should stay. But next time you find one of these things, if we're around, we want to come along.
Well, I can't entirely stop you, but I will hope that you'll listen to reason. He gestures for you to come inside the library to listen to the plan.
I thought we were already inside the library.
No, you're standing at the doorway of it.
Oh, oops. Okay, well, let's go in.
All right, you do so.
Udar, you coming?
Yeah, I come. I just assumed we were all going. La da da. Let's listen to this plan of theirs.
They're all standing around. Okay, just real quick. Dorvin says that for some reason he has left and cannot come back. Okay.
What?
Oh, it's just you and me, buddy.
Man. Okay.
Okay, let me adjust for this. 1 second.
Make a sleight of hand check to grab the book.
Dang it. He's got all our magic stuff, too. I mean, granted, I don't know how much time he would have had to study today, but still.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just had to adjust a few things in the notes. He says that he might be coming back. Okay, so you all go in, but you notice that as you enter into the library area, that Dorvin has mysteriously disappeared, and you're unsure as to why. Looking back, the door is already closed, and he didn't seem to be in the doorway. He just seems to have wandered off somewhere else, and you're unsure as to why. He is quite the mysterious one.
Alright. Weird.
You think he got lost?
He probably just lost.
All right, gentlemen. Let us discuss what we know, Ramon says, pointing to what he has on the paper. He has, of course, brought up the map of the local Greenfield region. The town of Erelon was recently destroyed by a goblin horde. Given what given the intel that we have as far as where the goblins came from and where they've been attacking and messing with it throughout the region, it seems the most likely that they are to the west of what was once the town of Erelon, in the forest region here. He points onto the map, pointing out the green area, the forested region to the west of Erelon. I had some scouts recently go into the forest, and they have verified the location. More to the southern side of the forest current. We'll be marching our troops inward. I'm sure a lot of you are experienced enough as it is to know what the exterior and interior of a goblin den looks like. If not, speak up. Does anyone not know what the interior of the goblin den looks like?
What does the interior of a goblin den look like?
Right. Well, just to re-inform those of you that already know, as well as any of you who were too scared to speak up, the interior of a goblin den focuses around one major point, namely, the pit. The goblin den itself obviously has only one entrance, the cave entrance, which is generally quite large, and they don't use any lighting as they can see in the dark. But the goblins themselves tend to burrow, starting with the pit, which they dig out from the surface, a hole leading all the way down through, deep into their goblin nest, with a stairway leading through this center region all the way down to the pit. We'll have to go in. Torchbearers will have to light our path, as the goblins will not have any lighting sources except for the natural lighting of the pit hole in the ceiling of the roof during sunup. But if we're in there longer than that and it goes to sundown, it would be completely pitch black, even in the main hall of the goblin den. We'll have to go room to room, ensuring that not a single goblin is left alive. Are there any questions? Any questions at all?
Negative.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. He's just going in there, going from room to room, killing them, right?
That's what he says. Do you have any questions for him, perhaps, about your position in this?
Oh, Ramon, where will we be stationed?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I just nearly about forgot. Obviously, you lot are going to be stationed here in the guild hall as the rest of us are going to be gone. I don't like leaving it up to outsiders of the guild to be dealing with any rogue goblins that might try to attack the town while we're gone, but I need you here to batten down the hatches and stay ready. Also, one other thing. It may be possible that word will be sent back to here before we get back. If that's the case, it may be that you need to come to the Goblin Den. That will obviously be a last resort, but just keep your eyes open and your weapons ready.
How long will this travel to the Goblin Den take? To and back?
Well, seeing as how it's only the couple of you lot would likely be able to reach there in less than maybe a few hours.
For you guys, it'll probably take
It
days.
will take us, with our large force, it's unfortunately probably going to take us almost half a day to reach there, moving our whole force across the fields.
Faster than I expected.
Are there any other questions?
Vidar, you have anything else to say? I'm going to take that as a no then.
Ramon says, "Well then, let's go out there and kill some goblins!"
And everyone starts clanging their armor and bashing their shields and crying out, "Yeah!" And soon after, they begin marching out and headed down towards the town that once was Erelon to make their way to the forest region where the goblin cave is.
While they're gone, nobody's left here, right? Like, it's just us.
The Beastmen Guild is completely empty.
Time to look around for some armor.
You're gonna steal.
Fucking looting.
They're empty, why not?
They're gonna notice stuff is missing.
Yeah, but
And they're
if
gonna know
goblins-
it's us.
If goblins attack, don't you want to have some armor?
You make a good argument.
Well, I guess we can borrow some
We
equipment.
could always give it. We could always give it back. It could just be temporary.
If I die because of you,
I
I will
think
kill
they're-
you.
They're not gonna kill us just because we have some armor that we put back. We could just
What if
say,
they find us before we put the armor back?
we just said we saw some goblins and ran to put on some armor really quick. We're newbies. Sounds like something a newbie would do.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I'm not sure.
well, none of this is gonna matter if we can't find any. So let's look around, me and you. Let's look for some armor.
All right. Do you know where the armory is?
Actually, didn't Ramon show us?
He never showed you where the armory was. No, there isn't really.
We met the blacksmith. Maybe it might be nearby his station.
It's
No. The weapons are the weapons the
Here.
Beastmen use are kept inside the Beastmen Hall. However, seeing as how the hall itself is more of a barracks, the weapons and armor are typically kept in chest or underneath the beds of the actual Beastmen members, as they are personal to them.
Well, let's look through these things. Let's open some chests, see what we find.
Okay, give me a roll, both of you.
Ooh, I got a
Two.
3. Wow.
I got 2. That's some damn good rolls.
All right. Looking through the various chests, you don't find anything necessarily you don't find what you're looking for in the chest. However, with your very, very thorough searching, you manage to stumble upon a particular place in Ramon's office where he is set up. He has, hanging on the wall, a large set of swords crossed over one another. Just above, a plate mail shirt.
That's yours. That's yours. I'm not building that.
As you
I suppose
find
that
this, Dorvin stumbles his way back into the guild hall from wherever he had gone.
Where did you go?
I was in the library minding my own business.
No, they were in the library, Dorvin.
You were lying? We've been in here the entire time. Where did you go? The door shut behind us. Where did
I
you
was
go?
passed out drunk.
You left the battle plan to go get drunk.
To be fair, there wasn't much of a battle plan. It was more, let's do it.
Anyway, you said there was 2 swords and a plate mail shirt?
Yes. A plate mail tunic of sorts. You know, a breastplate.
I put on the breastplate
Very well.
I hope Ramon doesn't get pissed off at me.
Odds are he probably will, unless we have a good reason to be keeping this.
Well, if
Okay,
any goblins
so-
show up, we'll have a good reason.
So you know your AHP and your ARP?
I know my HP. I don't know my...
No.
No.
On the thing I sent you, the character sheets, there's something called AHP and ARP. AHP is your armor's hit points. ARP is your armor's reduction points.
Okay, we finally get to see what those are.
The armor that you're wearing has 2 ARP, 2 reduction points to it.
ARP, so 2. Okay.
And the hit points for that particular piece is 30.
Alright. Cool.
The plate, you note, is more decorative than it is functional, but it is still a piece of metal and has its use.
And what about the swords?
Inspecting them, they also appear to be decorative.
Oh. Are they any better than the ones I have?
You believe that if you were to try to use them, they would likely break.
Okay, I'll just leave them there. Alright, well...
So, have you equipped the armor?
He has.
It's just a torso piece. It's just a chest piece, but it's something.
It looks good. It suits you.
Thanks.
Now, Damien, that's your name.
Hey.
You did manage to find some arrows that had been left by.
How many?
You found an additional 15 arrows.
Anything else?
Just that. That was all that was useful to you.
Alrighty.
Damien, they're currently looting the Beastmen. This seems a bit up your alley. Is there anything... Would you like to roll to loot?
You mean Dwarven?
Oh, sorry, Dorvin. 2 D names confuse me.
Yeah, I'll roll to loot.
The Beastmen have all... Just so you have gotten caught up, the Beastmen, during your slumber, all left to go attack the goblins, and you are left alone in the Beastmen Hall to hold down the hatchets. Unfortunately, Dorvin, you don't find anything.
Wow.
Aw.
It seems that Damien and Vidar had already found the only valuable things in this situation.
Dwarven,
Yes.
what weapons do you use?
I use a single sword.
You just use a sword?
What?
You just use the sword?
Mm-hmm. Just a
Alright.
sword.
Okay, I was just checking because I use a bow, and I was just thinking about how we should handle things if anything comes by.
Well, usually Vidar and I run in there head first and hopefully not trip over our own feet while attacking the...
Well, I don't think you guys should always totally run in, but
Well, that's a personal problem.
It's mostly just because he has a stick, and that's what he's got to work with.
Alright then. So then.
I'm just thinking because I have a bow, maybe I could cover you guys somewhat.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do? Perhaps set up
You
or
guys-
anything?
You guys were researching here before I came by. Is there anything else you guys want to look for?
Well, actually, since there might be... We don't know if there will be or not be, but there might be an attack. Perhaps we should set up a trap of some kind.
In the guild hall, or
I don't know where to put it, but maybe. Although I don't want to hurt anyone who comes back.
Maybe. The problem is, if goblins, if they do show up, odds are they won't attack the guild hall first. They'll probably attack the town.
That depends. They might attack the guild hall just to get rid of the people who defend it, but then again, they probably would attack the town first.
We don't know how smart these things are.
Is the town currently empty?
The town is not... No, it is a full, brimming, active town. The beastmen are just gone.
Well, shouldn't we warn the townsfolk that they might be
Well, we don't know.
for sure. We're just preparing, or we're just thinking of what we could do in case something does happen. Because we are the last line here.
The problem with the town
Even if they aren't going to be attacked, it would still be nice to warn them, because if the attack does happen, you won't have this guy with his fruit cart standing in the middle of the road getting ate by goblins.
I mean, that's still probably going to happen. It just... maybe he'll be more on guard. But the problem with the town itself is that most towns in that period were pretty, well, open, I would assume. So, like, the goblins could attack from any area. So, we'd have to put down a shit ton of traps for them to actually...
I don't think
that
traps...
is- The
I don't
town
know if
of
traps
Night
would work.
Northwich is not a fortified town. It is just open. It is a farming town.
Where is the highest perch in the town?
That would be the tower of the guild hall.
I'm thinking
The guild hall has one tower.
that one of us, or all of us, depending on what you guys want to do, I want to go up to the tower and watch out in case anything starts moving. Goblins,
Okay.
I don't think they move in packs, or I don't think they move in small groups. I think they would probably move in a large one.
I'll stay by the main door, see if anything comes through. Stand watch.
I don't know for sure, but
I'll go check the mess hall to make sure that's properly protected.
Very well. You all hunkered down, eyes peeled, ears open, ready for anything that might come. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait.
The door feels bored.
In time, the day goes by, eerily quiet, without anything happening.
The dog picks up a book and starts to read to himself as he gets bored.
What are you reading, Vidar?
Plants. Local plants. Anything.
Soon it is night, and you are all getting quite tired.
Am I able to loot the kitchen before I go to...
I assumed you already had, and had yourself quite the meal.
I want to continue to stay up throughout the night.
You want to try to not sleep tonight.
Yes.
Very well.
Get
Give me
look.
a roll.
61.
Maybe we should wait. Maybe we should do shifts instead of just you staying up all night. You know, like someone sleep partial through the night, and another person sleep partial through the night, and another person sleep partial through the night. A 3-guard shift.
We could do that.
Very well.
It would let us get better sleep.
If you all agree to do a shift, then you may.
Why not?
Sure, let's go for it. Who's rolling
Shifts.
first?
You don't have to
Do we
roll
roll?
in this case if you work in shifts.
Oh, all right.
I'll just say that you work in shifts throughout the entire night, making sure to stay active enough. All of you watching out on top of the tower, keeping your eyes out for any movement you might see, keeping a light, a beacon at the top, lit. Nothing. Soon it is morning. Nothing has happened in the entire day.
Huh. I thought we would have at least heard something by now. Do you think there was some trouble? Guys?
Is it still through the nighttime?
It's morning, next day.
Oh. Well, if nothing happened, I guess... I don't know. Might not be invaded?
I mean, they could have already conquered them, I guess, but wouldn't they have returned?
Maybe they all died. We should go check it out.
What are we talking about?
Oh, well, we were wondering why they hadn't come back.
Give them time.
I mean, we gave them all day. It's only a little walk over, isn't it?
It may be a little more of a challenge than we expected.
One of us should go over there and scout out the place.
No.
And if they're all dead, come back and get me, and I will help you carry the...
I don't think so. Considering it's nighttime and...
It's not, it's morning.
Oh, it's morning. Oops, I missed that. Oh! I don't think it's safe to move in. I don't think it's safe to move individually. I think we'd be better moving in packs.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should go and check. I mean, it's not... I don't know. I don't know if we should wait a little bit more or if we should go and check. What do you guys think?
I think we should give them another hour.
I think we should
come back,
go check before the goblins do further damage.
Well, I mean, it's already been all night. I mean, if they're gonna die, they'd already be dead by now.
I think we should give them just a bit more time.
Damage to their pocket.
Well, let's just wait just a little bit more. Let's give them, like, one more hour, and then we'll, like, head on over there. How about that? Just give them the shadow of the doubt.
Very well.
Benefit of the doubt.
You wait another hour, and nothing happens.
All right, we're going.
Yeah, we need to go.
Very well.
Let's go, guys.
You all decide to head off. Down into the forest that you so unfortunately know too well at this point. Damien, more than most. You tread your way through it, passing by regions in the forest that you recognize as where Brutus has been, though thankfully he's not around today.
Damn bear.
It's not long before you make it to the entrance of a cave. A large, stony arch. Maybe 10 feet tall. Going into the cave, there is not so much as a single drop of blood, piece of armor, or any sign of life standing outside the cave. It is eerily pitch black inside.
They're not here.
This is not a good sign.
Looks great. We should go investigate it.
Did you just say it looks great?
As you're speaking, Actually, everyone give me a quick roll.
3.
Damien, as you're speaking,
71.
you notice something moving from inside the cave.
Can I tell what it is?
It's very, very dark and seems to be moving out of the cave.
I quickly ready my bow.
It's moving in a strange fashion.
Strange how?
Stumbling, almost. In a way that you're not particularly sure how to describe, as if whatever it is dragging itself, almost.
Ready your weapons. We might have company.
You hear a cough. A wet cough.
Someone wounded. A
A
wounded
hand
person.
raises into the light. Don't shoot!
Don't shoot! I rush over to see
You
who it is.
see Ramon step out of the cave into the light, dragging his left leg behind him, pulling himself along with his long sword, sticking
rush-
it into the ground as a cane.
I rush over to him and help him walk.
He is drenched in blood. Some of it his own, most of it not.
Ramon, what happened? Are you okay?
It was worse than we thought. It was so much worse than we thought. It wasn't just goblins in there.
Dorvin, go help him.
What else is in there?
As you're dragging him out of the cave, you hear something from behind him. A large, bassy roar.
Oh no,
That's
get him
a-
away from me! I drag him quickly away from the cave.
Something
a shot at?
runs out of the cave, holding in
Ah.
one hand a massive club. It stands 8'8".
Ah!
Green,
Yeah,
s-
we don't
green
belong.
skin, loincloth. An ogre.
Ah!
Move!
Ramon pushes you off of him.
No, Ramon!
Get off! He'll kill you!
He picks up his sword. And in one motion, tosses his long sword. It stabs right between the eyes of the ogre, and it falls down on the ground dead.
Oh shit. Damn, he's good.
Ramon collapses onto the ground, bleeding.
Oh no! Ramon!
He's wheezing and having great difficulty breathing.
Oh man, we gotta do something.
Is there anything else in the
Who-
cave
who has
that could be approaching?
Who has the... Wait, who has the highest medicine skill?
That is metagaming, good sir.
No, it's not.
No, it's like just asking who is the most medically inclined. That's it.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
somewhat medically inclined.
You have 20%. Let's see. Dorvin has 30% medicine skill.
he would have the highest.
Do you want to try and use your medicine, Dorvin, on Ramon?
Yes.
Oops. That fell off. You managed to stabilize Ramon.
Oh,
Only
good.
just barely, though. Your hands are covered in blood, but you managed to get his armor off, and with some of the bandages that Ramon had on him and a few of the first aid equipment that you could find, you managed to patch him up just enough to stop the bleeding and stabilize his condition. But he is in really bad shape.
Is there anything else I can see in the cave? Anything I can hear? Anything that might be coming out?
It is eerily quiet.
Mm,
We need to get out of here.
Ramon starts speaking.
Wait! You have to go back in.
What for?
What's in there?
I managed, just before I had to get out, to set up the kegs. Powder kegs. But I lost my flint. I couldn't light them.
Oh.
You have to set it off.
Oh, I have I'm the only one with a fire starter.
Actually, I have one as well.
Oh, sweet. Finally, someone else has one besides me.
Or worst case scenario, you know.
Oh,
Fire
well,
arrows.
you guys might want to have me hold on to your stuff in case you don't make it out.
Oh, fuck.
No.
We're all
You're
going
coming in with us.
I have to watch Ramon to make sure he doesn't die.
We
I'm the
can
me-
get him a little... We can get him a
Hell
little...
yeah.
Unless you want to go back to town.
No, leave me. I'll be fine here.
See, he agrees.
You have to
Look.
go in. The more of you, the better.
Look,
Safety in numbers.
well, figure it this way. We're going in the front. Nothing's going to get past us unless we die. So we'll know if anything comes past us to attack Ramon. Because they're all in there. So, you know. He'll be safe out there unless... The only way he's dying is if we die. So...
Where are they
let's
located?
go...
The powder kegs, where are they located?
They're in the pit.
Uh,
Does it have a fuse?
Yes.
Or is it...
how many seconds does the fuse have before it'll go off?
It's a long fuse. You should
Alright.
have up to 30 minutes before it goes off.
Oh, that's a long ass fuse. All right. All right.
Well,
This is some
you
dangerous
see,
shit.
the fuse is supposed to be taken to the surface and then lit.
On the
But I
surface.
couldn't bring it with me. What he's trying to say is the fuse that connects the powder kegs is so long that it's actually... It basically, there's a spool that has the fuse on it, and you have to
okay,
bring
I
it
got
out.
you. So we got to run the wire all the way back out here?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the
Well-
fuse will burn slow. It's a slow-burning fuse that will eventually go all the way down.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have much of a choice. Let's head on in there. Let's just be careful. Because, well, we just saw a very good reason to be careful.
All right.
I'll take the lead.
Question. How do you plan on seeing?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to ask
Uh,
next. Does he have a Did he happen to have a torch on his way up?
No, he was... You couldn't remember. You couldn't even see him coming out of the shadows.
Right,
really.
right. There's nothing out front.
Or
I
you
need
have,
both.
you have a fire starter. We're in a forest. We'll figure something out.
No.
Yeah, but the fire, depending on the thickness of the branch, it won't last long. You would need something like an oil.
I just realized we need to buy a lantern. But
You had one.
As you are having this conversation, Ramon is trying to reach into his coat, sort of vest pocket.
oh, Ramon, do you have a lantern?
He pulls out a vial and tries to hand it to you with his shaky hand.
What's this? And I take
You
it from
look
him.
at it, and it's a vial of torch oil.
Ah, that'll help.
But he
All
doesn't.
right.
But there's no torch. You'll need to make one
That's fine.
or
can
get one.
I am going to go over and try and get a branch to make a torch.
You find a fairly large size branch.
We all use weapons that require two hands.
Dorvin doesn't.
Oh, is your
He's
staff
currently
still
he's using a
one-handed?
one-handed sword.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right, Dorvin, you can have the torch.
Yay.
What weapon do you use, Vidar?
Me? Oh, I use two short.
He's dual wielding, just plain Jane swords.
Since you are the one wearing the armor, I think you should be up front with me. I can take point with my bow. I think Dorvin should watch us from behind.
But
Shouldn't he be in the middle?
But if you have to use your bow, you have to drop the torch. I have to be in the front.
No. I mean, I can take point with my bow and watch out. He can just use one sword and wield the torch. He is the most armored. He is somebody we will want up front if we get attacked.
Dorvin should be in the direct middle because that way we have equal light in the front and in the back. That way we can see from both ends.
Probably.
And I'll stay in front, and Damien will be in the rear. Damien can watch our backs, but also our fronts, because if anything happens, he can shoot from the back. Dorvin can hit from behind me. Yeah, we should be okay.
Alright, sounds good. Let me borrow that liquid real quick.
Okay.
I want to begin the process of making a torch.
I'll just say that you take the branch that you had, grab a bit of cloth from Ramon's shirt, wrap the torch in it, soak it with the oil, and you've lit yourself a torch.
I hand it over to Vidar. Here you go.
Don't you mean Dorvin?
Yeah, Dorvin.
Dorvin, my bad.
Dorvin.
Right, you're all going to go inside then, correct?
Yes.
Very well. You enter slowly into the large cavern of the cave.
We are taking the formation that we just mentioned, correct? I assume? We're not making any changes real quick.
Vidar is standing in front with his two swords. Dorvin is hanging back in just behind, holding the torch, lighting the path in front of you. Whereas you're standing behind Vidar with your bow ready, with an arrow notched.
Just making sure we didn't want to change anything real quick. Sorry.
You make your way into what you assume to be the center region of the Goblin Cave. It is surprisingly larger than you expected. This region is a circular cavern that's been dug out with a hole, which you assume to be the pit, in the center. A circular pit that goes deep down into a pitch-black abyss. Just above is a hole in the ceiling where the sun shines through, making the main chamber the only area where you can actually see without the aid of the torch. There are... What were you going to say, Vidar?
Oh, I just look down, see if I see anything, like any goblins or whatever.
You see movement, but it doesn't look like goblins.
Do I see... since we see the...
There are openings all along the circular path around you, and a stairway leading down. There is a opening to the... There are three openings to the... two openings to the eastern side, two openings to the western side, and one opening to the north. As well as, of course, the stairway leading down.
Now, he said the fuse is in the pit, so it's in the dead center down there. Okay.
I should also mention that the floor is currently caked in blood, and there is mountains, and there are piles of corpses of both goblins and beastmen strewn about all over the place.
Hey, maybe we should... I know this. We should probably loot the corpses for anything valuable.
Yeah, we should corpse loot.
We have a job
See
to
what
do.
they have.
We really should be focusing on what we're supposed to do here, because danger could lurk around any corner.
I know.
Well, if we blow up the cave,
it's all gonna be gone.
it's gonna go to waste. Well, we might as well just,
I would much rather lose anything that's here and not die than die in this shithole.
Well,
Yeah,
here,
but anything we pick...
I will loot, and you get to stand guard. You don't want any loot.
I will let you know that the only thing that you will find on the Beastmen is armor. That's what you can find.
We all need armor.
That's fair. I'm just saying that's all you're going to find on the Beastmen is armor.
All right.
Because the weapons they have are pretty much all the weapons that you already have.
All right. Well, all right, let's have two... I whisper, all right, we go over to one of the piles of corpses, and we say, all right, let's see if we can find any armor that can fit us. Like, because I know I have a chest piece, but let's...
There is something you should know about armor before you go putting on a bunch of metal armor. It's loud. The more metal you put on, the louder you are.
Crap.
So if you go putting on, like, full plate, you're gonna be super loud.
But aren't I wearing metal?
You're wearing
right now?
a breastplate,
You're wearing a breastplate,
but only a breastplate. If you start putting on multiple pieces of metal, it's gonna clank together.
How about... Okay, but, like, what about just gauntlets? Or feet pieces?
Gauntlets and sabatons are the most noisy ones.
What about... Do we have any leather stuff?
You can find leather. There is leather. You can find that, yes. There is gambeson and leather that you could find.
Which is tougher, I forget. Leather?
Either one is going to be about the same.
Okay, I look for leather, everything else.
Gambeson is a very hot material. It's very heavy.
For me personally, I look for like leather items to put on that cover areas that are not my chest.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a roll, give me a roll. Are the rest of you gonna be doing this as well?
No.
I'm just looking for a breastplate.
Okay, so Damien or Dorvin's gonna be looking for something. Okay, you also need to give me a roll. And Damien, are you gonna be doing any of this?
No, I'm watching guard.
Got it.
33.
You find leather bracers for your forearms, as well as for your ankles or your shins.
What was the first part? My voice cut out for a second.
You got leather bracers for your shins and forearms.
Okay.
This will raise your ARP to, I will say, 4. You now have 4 reduction points.
Alright. And
the HP for them is only going to be 10 more HP.
Okay. So my AHP is at 40. And my ARP is 4. Okay, does anybody else look for stuff? I forgot.
Negative. Well, Dorvin does.
Okay. Josh, high or low?
Yes. High.
Okay. Dorvin, what did you roll?
Have a roll. You do my roll.
Ah, of course. Dorvin, you did find a breastplate, which you may put on if you want.
I would like to put it on.
Very well. It's rather beaten up, but it's the best you could find. It is going to be 30 AHP and 20... Or sorry, its HP is going to be 20. Its reduction points are only going to be 2. Which I have added to your character sheet now. Now, tell me, Dorvin, high or low?
What do you mean high or low?
Say either high or say low.
Low?
It's like a coin flip. Alright. As you're loudly clanging about, grabbing on to the armor, looking through it,
Oh man, we got the light armor.
you're still rummaging through corpses covered in metal.
Oh, this is true.
Damien notices a sound coming from a cavern to the east. Just behind you, just behind you at the same moment, you hear a voice whisper out to you. You guys! Are you trying to get yourselves killed? Get over here!
Move.
We get
Go
over
over that
that.
way.
Caught.
You turn around to notice Tom, the orc. He's waving to you to come to the room just to the southeast area, motioning for you with his hand.
We move that way.
He ushers you into a room that's also littered and strewn about with quite a few corpses, though there doesn't appear to be much else in the room besides that. He leads you quickly behind a wall just to the corner, deeper into the cave area, as a number of goblins run by into the main hall area and start looking around, making noises and speaking in a language you don't understand. What are you idiots doing? You come into a goblin den, and the first thing you start doing when there's only the three of you is start playing around with metal?
That's what I said.
We got some armor at least.
I don't care. You could have killed us.
You idiots could have died. Is this your first time fighting goblins?
Yes.
What are you
No.
even doing here?
We came looking for you.
We came in here to set off the fuse.
Well, look. It's going to be a real big problem trying to get down there.
We figured, but
As
there's
far
gotta
as
be
I-
a way to get down there.
As far as I know, I'm the only one left in here.
Ramon is outside.
He made it out, just barely.
Well, that's good for Ramon. But there's no one else in here. Just me. And you guys. There still might be in total. Luckily, they're not all together, but in total, there might be about maybe still 30 goblins in this den.
Whew.
If
That's
we
a
make
lot.
if we make too much noise, they'll all group together. If we're gonna take them out, we have to do it quietly. Otherwise, they'll all gang up.
How many are out that came rushing to look for us?
About 5.
I ask Tom, should we kill those 5 that are right out there?
Just give them a
4
minute
of
to
us.
Just give it a minute before they wander off. If we get into an open fight, they're gonna start calling out to their buddies. They're not stupid.
All right.
Goblins
Oh,
are a pack animal. If
What
at any point they feel threatened, they are going to call the horde.
Whoa. What if we throw a rock and get them to come over here, get their attention, but only as a distraction sort of, so that we can come up behind, so that we can sort of ambush them in here, because we're in one of the caves, right?
You're in a sort of dugout room-like area of the cave, yes.
What if we just make a quick little sound, something that they don't really suspect anything for real, but they're kind of suspicious of it, you hear a sound and you're like, huh, what's that?
We're in a dark section of the of this place, right? It's really dark, right?
You have a torch, but
Okay. Well, I'm surprised I didn't see the torch then. How much more of that liquid do we have left? Did we use it all?
No, your torch is fine for now, though.
No.
Let me give you a
how much-
picture
no,
of
no.
where you... Okay, so see that area at the bottom? That's where you
where-
are. You
Okay,
are
so we're in
behind
that
the
little
sort
room
of
to the
wall. You see that wall kind of blocking you from view of the main chamber? That's where you're hanging out. And the
So
goblins are up there nearby the entrance, hanging up by the stairs.
Wait, I'm trying to. Where are
So-
we on here? I see the pit, and we're where?
You are in... Here, let me add some dots so that you can see it better.
I was just wondering because maybe we could put out our torch and kind of do that and lead them into a small ambush. If we have enough liquid, maybe
See
make
the
them
dots?
in.
That's where you are.
That's what I thought. So
You're
I
in
asked
that little
Tom.
cave area where the wall is blocking you from view of the pit area.
Tom, I have a question.
What?
You know a lot about goblins, right?
Obviously.
Do they have any sort of night vision? Can they see well in the dark?
Yes, I told you that.
Okay. That plan's out the window then. If we want to attack them, we'll probably have to attack them from the entrance.
Well, notice how there's a curve, right? So, no, dog, stop licking my microphone. Sorry. Okay.
Sounds like
so
a pig.
That's how big dogs are.
No, that's Brutus. That's how he sounds. He sounds like a pig. That's why we call him our little piggy.
He sounds adorable.
Yeah, he got right up on the microphone. My
He's just
bad.
like, give me attention.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, but alright, so they have to come around the corner to get they won't be able to see the torch because they have to round the corner.
Yeah, they won't see the torch, but as he just said, they have night vision. They have dark vision.
That's
They could
perfect.
probably see this.
That's fine, but if they round the corner, they're not going to know there's a bunch of guys over here.
Maybe.
And then we jump out and stab them. They'll
Maybe.
be surprised, and we'll be able to take out 5 of them without alerting the rest of them. See what I'm saying?
Maybe. I was thinking, well, we could try and flank them, but they were like, try and lead them in here and flank them, but that wouldn't work since they have night vision.
Here, look.
But I agree with your plan.
What do you think, Tom? Do you think that's a good idea?
Me? Look, I already told you guys, I'm not much of a fighter. Personally, I say we just let him wander off and then go down the stairs. But
Well,
it's not
they
like
will-
I can. But it's not like I can control what you guys do.
Well,
They will die either way if we light up that keg.
well, here's the thing. If we don't kill them, when we come running up here to get away, then they could possibly stab us from behind on our way down there or on our way back.
Is this the only way in and out?
Pretty
There's only
sure.
one stairway.
Yeah, so if they're up here and we go down there and then we come back up, they'll probably meet us back here.
This
So we
is a
might as well
gob-
kill them now.
This is like a lair, isn't it? Did you guys encounter any other exits while you were carving your way through?
Look, I've been looking about this place. There are a few secret passages, little dugout holes leading between certain areas. Probably places where the goblins dug out because they wanted a faster way to get from one room to another on certain levels. But there's none of those in this room. We're gonna have to get to
Do
some-
any of them lead outside?
No. The goblins make sure that there is only ever one entrance into their den.
We might have to go with your plan, Vidar.
All right. Well, my plan's risky, but we could at least get some of these things out of the way.
Just make sure we don't miss. Dorban,
All right.
you in?
Of course I'm in.
Tom, what about you?
I think this is a stupid plan.
Why?
I told you, he's not a fighter.
All right, Tom.
You don't have to fight if you don't need to.
Just hang in the back. Hang at the very back of the cave.
Alright, so are you guys going to do your thing, enact your little plan to draw them?
Yeah.
Very well.
Do we have... We don't have anything that we could use as a trap, I don't think, right?
No, not on you. There's nothing in the cave either, except for dead bodies.
Okay. You guys get ready.
I still have my snare. I don't think the snare... I don't think I could improvise it, could I?
That's for rabbits.
I didn't figure. I was hoping maybe I could improvise it. But
it is very small.
Well, at least I tried. Can I try and shoot 2 arrows at once?
You want to draw back 2 arrows in your bow and try to fire them at the same time.
Yes. There are 5 of them, and there will be 3 of us.
That'd be hard.
You may, but you can only do that on a hard success.
That's like a 1, isn't it?
What's your archery skill?
Let
me see. Oh, that's the wrong character sheet. You have a 56% archery skill, which means that you would have to get about a 27.
Oh, that's a low chance.
That's pretty high, man. Look, it's okay. It's 5 goblins. There's 3 of us.
What if we even so much as mess up once? We are done. They will call for help. And I don't think any of us...
Don't forget that you do attack a group. So if you do enough damage, you can technically kill 5 goblins without attacking... You don't attack individuals, you attack groups, so...
That's really
weird. I wish we had known this before. That's actually a really good thing.
Okay.
But you have to do enough damage to kill all the goblins.
That's a good point. Alright, well, we can at least try.
Famous last words.
I'm just saying, there's very little else we can do.
I'm not saying your plan's a bad plan. I'm just saying it's just a funny thing to say.
All right,
you're so mean. You're such a mean DM.
Fine.
Oh, yes.
I pick up a rock, and I throw it to make a little sound.
You pitch a rock to the other side of the cave wall from where you're standing, opposite you, a little bit down to the southwestern side. The goblins hear the sound and immediately rush to that room with their backs turned to you, looking into that corner, away from you in the southern side.
I go to stab one of them in the back.
I'm going to try. Sorry,
as they are unaware, they don't have a reaction. So this is just a solid roll to see if you hit. So give me a roll.
Can we all attack as a part of this surprise?
You're a range, so you can attack with Vidar, but you will get your turn to attack.
What about Dorvin?
Dorvin?
I would also like to attack.
Very well. Do you want to attack with Vidar?
Yes.
Okay, so you both decide to charge the goblins at once. Again, they are unawares as of right this second, so this will be a combined skill roll. So, Vidar, if you would please give us a roll.
48.
48. Your two-handed weapon skill is?
60.
Okay. That's plenty well enough. And let me just real quick roll what that comes out to. Where did my dice bag go? There it is. Alright then. Vidar, you and Dorvin rush up against the goblins. Dorvin shoving his sword through the back of a goblin's head right below the skull in that section of the neck right at the top. And it goes right through and out of its mouth, killing the goblin as it gargles on blood. Vidar, you immediately rush up and at a fell swoop cleave the head off another goblin. Damien?
Alright, I am going... How many are left? Like 3?
3 goblins, yes.
Alright. I'm gonna try... Single or double. Fuck it. I'm gonna do the double arrow roll.
Alright.
Alright, here goes nothing. Oh my god! I got a 3!
Good job. You fire off 2 bolts simultaneously, and though you have never quite managed to do this before, you get a very lucky shot. And just as 2 goblins turn their heads around to face you, get pierced right between the eyes, and die instantly on the rocks before they even notice what had happened. Unfortunately, there was 1 goblin left, and he opens his mouth to scream.
Oh no!
Just as he does, you see Tom, who is somehow snuck behind all of you, with his dagger, slits the throat of the goblin from behind. It grabs at its neck and makes an attempt to scream out, but all that comes out is gargled mutterings as it collapses onto the ground, drenched in its own blood.
Well, that was way too close for
How did you get behind us? Or in front of us, sorry.
What the actual fuck is wrong with you people? We could have died.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Alright. Well then. We're gonna have to make our way down. Somewhere deeper into the pit. We have to get to the kegs.
I want to hand the fluid back to Vidar. Or, I'm sorry, not Vidar, Dorvin. Light that thing back up, will you?
I would, but I do not have a fire starter.
We do. So I'll
You
let
never
use
put the
mine.
torch out.
I thought we did.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
You just got lucky.
Hey.
Besides, you
Alright.
couldn't have seen if you had put it out.
All right. Well, let's continue down the path.
I want to try and retrieve my arrows real quick. Can I do it quietly? Or will it make noise?
The arrows?
Mhm.
No, the arrows won't necessarily make a sound. Tell me, high or low?
Let's go high.
You managed to retrieve your arrows from the goblins.
Hey! I'm doing good today.
Excellent. So then, is there anything else you wanted to talk to Tom about, as he's the one who's been in here longest?
Thank you for your help, by the way, Tom.
Yes.
You people are a bunch of crazies.
That's our
Tom.
secret.
Do you know the fastest way to get to the fuse?
Of course I know the way to the fuse. The problem is getting it back up here.
Well, I mean, we killed 5 of them. That should make things a touch easier.
A touch,
At least-
maybe.
Only on the way back up.
What, you thought that was the only goblins on this floor?
I mean, I figured there was more, but at least there's 5 less.
Judging from where they came from, those goblins were from the eating chambers to the east. There's probably still the cook, that we have to deal with on this floor.
The cook?
Yes. There's a room up to our north. We'll have to walk around the east side because because we can't jump across the stairway, obviously. Have to get into the cook room. Here. I've been up and down this whole spot. This whole place. I'll give you a quick map that I've made of the area. He gives you a piece of rough-looking paper with scribblings which roughly indicate the shape of the rooms and what he believes them to be on this throughout the den.
What was that last part?
I said he gave you a map which contains rough scribblings of what he believes the shape and the various rooms are throughout the den.
Okay. Are you going to be coming with us, Tom?
Of course. I'm the actual beast man here. I need to see this thing through.
Alright, so you said we need to get to the cook
Good to
room.
know you're not as much of a scaredy cat as you seem.
I'm not a scaredy cat. I just know what these things will do.
But anyway...
Do you have any idea how many beast men came into this place?
We did see, like, probably tons of bodies as we came in.
But we know you survived. So that means you're better than the rest of them. We might actually have a chance.
I'm not better than the rest of the beast men. I just know when to drop when things get dangerous.
Anywho,
I told you, I'm a researcher. I'm not a fighter.
Today that might change.
anyway, you said we had to get to the cook room, right?
Yes. The
What's in the
chef
cook room?
is there.
And why do we need to get to the chef?
We need to clear out the rest of the goblins before we blow this place up.
What? I thought you just wanted to. I thought you wanted to avoid fights.
I do want to avoid fighting, but we still have to kill the goblins without them noticing us.
All right, let's go to the cook room.
What do you mean, just walk in? We can't just walk into the cook room. We have to clear out the cook room.
Yeah, we sneak in there and kill people.
I don't think it's going to be that easy, Vidar. I think we just got lucky.
What part of if they make any sound, the rest of them will come, do you not understand?
What? Well, you're the one who said we have to kill them. What exactly do you want us to do?
Alright, look. Certain places we're going to have to probably avoid for now, and go to the lower levels. We need to take out the mass of goblins, so that we can take out their leaders last.
Okay. You know where they are.
The cook isn't just a goblin, he's an ogre.
Another one?
Yes, that's what threw us for a loop. The cook here is an ogre. He's currently cooking up some of the beastmen that had been foolish enough to come in here in the first place.
Alright. We know where the cook is. Or at least you know where the cook is, I assume. Where are the rest of the goblins? Do you know where they are? Or are they all strewn about?
On this level, the only one left is the cook. But there's maybe, I don't know, there should be roughly about 25 more goblins. I'd say there's 15 on the third level and about 10 on the second level.
Okay. Well, I guess you lead the way then. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I mean, how exactly are we killing these people quietly?
Just like we did these guys.
That's for
So,
that's what you guys need to do. I can't kill these things.
You just did.
I got lucky.
No, you didn't.
I mean,
You
really
saved
did.
us. You saved us all. Shh. But no, you saved us all. We would have a much higher chance of success if you were with us.
I can tell you how to get around this place, but I can't help you fight.
Yes, you can.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. If he doesn't want to fight, we don't have to force him. Look, let's sneak into the cook room, and because he says that's where we need to go. So let's go in the cook room and kill some of these goblins.
He has literally told you several times not to go in the cook room.
I thought that's what he just said to do.
No, he said to avoid the cook room because that's where the cook is.
Oh.
The cook is an ogre, so you're not going to be able to fight him quietly.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's just keep going down these fucking steps until we get to the fuse.
But we have to kill them before we go and light the fuse.
Because you have to drag it all the way back up.
Oh.
And there's no way we're going to be able to drag that up without drawing some form of attention.
Alright, well, let's start going down the stairs and find out where these goblins are, and then attack them in small groups.
Do you have... Tom, do you have any flammable oils we can borrow?
Wouldn't
No,
that make, like,
nothing flammable.
Do you have anything useful?
But I do have this. And he holds out a vial of clear liquid.
What is that?
This is poison.
Hey.
What kind? Like, how does it work? Is it meant to be injected into the bloodstream, or...
It can either be placed into a bloodstream, or it can be ingested.
Here.
Either
Let me
way will
have
kill a
that.
goblin.
Here. Let me have that.
We should
have
save
an
that for
idea.
the cook.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that for Cook. I take the vial from him.
Okay, you have a vial of poison. Deadly poison.
Anything else we need to know?
Well, what are you going to ask him?
I was asking him, is there anything else we need to know?
Well, I don't suppose so, except for maybe some of the secret passages down.
Secret passages?
Yes, the stairway is... Well, you can take it, but... There is always the chance that goblins would be at the other end of it. The passages are a bit safer. But they...
how are we gonna know which way to go?
The map, obviously.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we received a map.
That's why I gave it to you.
Alright, well which one of these rooms is the room with the fuse in it?
That's at the center of the pit. I believe
That's
the third
the
level
bottom
ground
of the
circle.
pit. Bottom of the pit. So there are 3 levels. There are 4 levels. There are 3 levels that the goblins live on. The 4th level is the pit.
Okay, I'm trying to see here. I'm looking through the map. Alright. So, from what I can tell, go down. The second chamber doesn't have to have many particular rooms. It's mostly a sleeping chamber.
Who knows?
So-
He might catch some taking a nap.
The rooms that have been marked are rooms that he has been in and with his expert knowledge has marked as being specifically those things.
I don't see any... Well, yeah, there might be a secret tunnel there.
Dorvin, do you have anything to add?
He hasn't listed all of the secret passages on the map. It's just a rough map that he was able to get together of the general shape of everything.
Did Dorvin have anything to say?
Dorvin?
Nope. I'd say once we just get into the kitchen, we'll be fine as long as we can figure a plan before we get there.
Okay, so we are still in that little side cave, correct? Or we're at
Yes.
the entrance of the side cave?
Okay, look, we'll go down the stairs.
I think we should check out the eating chamber real quick.
Why?
Well, we're at the entrance. We're here to clear out goblins. Wait, no. You said there's only the cook on this floor, right?
That's what he believes, yes.
So there may be more.
Wait, there's a storeroom. What if they have, like, items there? Goblins carry lots of gold and shit, don't they? Sometimes.
We should save that until everything is
They
clear.
did clear out an entire town.
Dude, there could be some serious money in there.
Don't
I look
get
at
greedy.
I look at
Dorvin.
Dorvin.
Money isn't everything.
What?
They might also have food rations.
Whoa. What?
The thief has a change of heart.
No, I'm just saying they could have other things than just money. I mean, imagine the types of weapons they could have dragged in there.
Dude, I'm
From
going
a
to
farming
that store.
town?
Yeah.
Alright.
I would imagine, having lived there, I would know that lived at Erlon, there's probably not much there.
Look,
Question
we
mark?
can- Wait, okay. I'm looking on the map. I think we have to go past the eating chamber to get to the storeroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go towards the eating chamber.
I think we should save the storeroom and the cookroom for last. Eating chamber, I think we should check that out first, and if not, then take the stairs down.
No, that ogre is actually probably less bothersome than the bottom floor. The bottom floor has another storeroom and a breeding chamber. Whatever, that breeding chamber is probably going to be pretty bad.
Maybe. He said there were 13 in there, at least.
I'd say dealing with the ogre might actually be less of an issue than some of the other rooms.
I think we should clear the second floor first.
We don't know, because we don't know what's on the second floor.
We have a map. We may not know where everything is, but it
No.
appears to have the least amount of goblins, and if they are alerted, if we do mess up and they are alerted, they will be the closest ones to come running.
Right, well, think about it this way. If we clear the top room, okay, then nothing past this point can attack us from behind in terms of up the stairway. If we alert anything on the second floor, that means we have goblins coming at us from above and below. It's better that we clear the stuff on the first floor and then move to the second floor so that everything that attacks us is coming from below us.
We don't know how tough that ogre is, though.
Perhaps. But we should still clear the first floor first, then move on to the second floor. That way we can at least say that this floor is all done with. And then all of our problems will be below us.
Are you guys seriously still talking about fighting that ogre? What did I just tell you? If you get into a big fight...
Fine.
You're going to alert them.
Fine. We'll get past the eating chamber, we'll get to the storeroom, and then we'll leave the cookroom alone, then go to the second floor. How about that?
I think we should
Does
diss the storerooms. Storerooms we should leave alone for now. We need to focus.
No, because
on
if we miss
things.
if we don't get to the storeroom, we're never gonna get that stuff. The second we light that, we're gotta get out of here.
There's a storeroom on the bottom, and we have to spool this all the way up to the top anyway. We're going to come back around to the storeroom either way.
But on the way back, they might be after us.
To be fair, there's nothing... I'm not telling you can't go in rooms multiple times. You don't have to take things from them.
I'm just saying.
If you just want to check it out.
Okay, let's at least check out the eating chamber.
Yes, I definitely agree there.
Okay, let's go look at the eating chamber and see what's there. Because if nothing's there, or if there's only a few goblins there, we can we can get past and then check out the storeroom. We don't have to go in the cook room because that's going to be a big issue.
We go to the storeroom. Don't touch anything.
We'll see about that. But
Do
let's
not touch anything.
gold is not going to be that noisy. Well,
Large
maybe.
piles of it, maybe.
I doubt there's that much. Anyway, let's head on towards the eating chamber.
I second that.
Okay.
Urban?
Let's go.
You head into the eating chamber. Once again, there are lots of dead bodies. You see rocks strewn about that appear to be for sitting at, and logs from large trees that have been cut, and planks of wood. Very makeshift-looking various structures designed for placing food upon and eating from. There's a lot of blood everywhere, and very large, grotesque corpses of strange, disgusting-looking creatures.
God, it smells in here.
Well,
You've never seen these strange, amalgamous things ever.
So they're like dead creatures?
There are dead bodies that you do not recognize whatsoever. Large, kind of slug-like, meaty creatures that have like limbs, like parts of like human limbs, and like mixed in with like patches of green flesh and other such things. Just a weird, disgusting amalgamation of a creature which is now dead.
Do I notice any movement in the room?
Oh.
No, there's no movement in the room.
All right.
Well,
Storeroom it is next.
Yeah, I guess we continue on to the storeroom if we don't see anything.
Not at all concerned about the amalgamous thing?
Oh, I'm very concerned about it, but I don't...
I
really
think we
wanna
should
touch
come
it.
back later for that. I don't want to touch it.
I'm trying to point out to you that you seem to be forgetting the obvious.
What's that?
What is the creature? Let me go poke it.
Who is following you right now?
I don't think anyone.
What?
I don't
What do
think
you mean?
anyone. I'm gonna go poke it.
No, there is somebody with you that normally isn't with you right
Oh.
now.
Dorman.
Dorvan?
No.
Are you saying I'm not supposed to be with?
You people are so unobservant, it's painful.
Tom.
Yes, Tom.
I thought he ran away. I thought he
No,
wasn't
he-
coming with us.
No, he said he's coming with you. He said he's not fighting.
Okay, Tom,
said he-
what are these
You-
things?
again, your inabilities to remember 5 minutes of conversation is astounding.
I just passed him off after he said he wasn't going to fight with us, so he doesn't matter.
Tom, what are these things?
They're called we call them amalgamates. They're, well, that's
what goblins do to 'em. Children.
What?
Goblins are a magical creature. The pit is where they turn children into those things.
How do they do that?
Nobody knows. Goblin magic.
God,
The pit is a horrible place.
Some scary shit.
They turn them into those things to be used as either fighters or mostly labor. Pack animals.
Jeez. And they have to listen, I guess?
They're more or less just like cows.
Oh. That's shitty.
Their minds are warped through their magic. Burned and
Nice.
tortured until they are mindless creatures that obey their domesticated orders.
Yikes. Well, let's
Hopefully
not
hopefully all of them in here are dead. They're quite powerful.
How much?
A lot more so than a goblin.
Well, let's not spend much time in here. Let's continue on to the storeroom. That seems scary.
Be mindful of where you put that torch. They might see the light.
Oh. Yeah, but
You said you wanted to go into the storeroom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
High or low?
Hi.
You managed to make it into the storeroom without alerting the cook from the cookroom.
I didn't know they were that close together.
We have a map right here.
I know, I see that, but, like, I didn't... Even looking at the map, I don't know. I figured, like, the cook was, like, midway in the other room somewhere.
You don't really know where he is in the cookroom.
Yeah, he
Every
could
room
literally be in the entranceway and set light.
Every single
true, he
room other than the main chamber is pitch black without the torch.
Jeez. That's scary.
Goblins
Alright.
do not use light.
Alright, so do we see anything in the storeroom?
Entering into the storeroom, you see lots of fungus.
Fungus?
Not fungus which is on the rocks. Mushrooms that have been picked and placed into baskets. As well as meat that has been hung up on ropes and hooks.
Oh, so this wouldn't be their treasury. This is like their food storeroom.
Tom says, "We probably shouldn't be in here for too long. This is where the cook gets his meats. Thankfully, he's pretty preoccupied with the dead bodies. He's been cooking those up since they're fresh."
Alright.
Alright, so let's go ahead and start backtracking. I motion
Before
everyone
you
to
start-
going back.
Tom says, "Wait a second. Since we're already in here, there's a secret entrance that leads down to the second level inside."
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Oh, Vidar, you still have that poison?
Mm-hmm.
We might have to come back here later.
Alright.
Anyway, so lead the way, Tom.
Behind a bit of meat, Tom points out a small hole about goblin height that had been dug out. You'll have to crawl through it, but it does seem that it's level enough on its way down that you'll be able to safely crawl your way down to the next level through this hole, if you go through.
Can we hear anything through the hole? Is there any sort of chitter chatter through Goblin?
No. All you can
No
hear
noise?
is just you can hear the whistling of wind that passes through the hole.
Who's going first? Tom?
We cross the hole.
Who wants to go first? Is the question.
I'm
Tom,
guessing
you want to go?
Vidar does. Anyway,
All right.
travel
I will
your
follow
way.
him.
You travel your way down safely into the northern chamber of the second level. This entire room seems to be a sleeping chamber for goblins, although there's a lot of dead bodies strewn about. There's a lot of things that have been destroyed, makeshift furniture that you can't make out, as goblin craftsmanship in the first place is quite crude, and a lot of it has now been broken, so it's difficult to make out what a lot of these things were. But there are a few things left intact well enough to appear as though they were for the purposes of sleeping upon,
And
though certainly not comfortably.
Sorry, I left for just a second. What's happened? Sorry, since we collected the passage.
You're in a room. There's a lot of destroyed furniture and dead bodies, but it seems like it was once a sleeping chamber.
But there's no one sleeping right now.
Nobody is sleeping, as far as you can tell in this room, no. Just dead bodies. However,
Unlucky.
there is a couple goblins hanging out to the southeast of the room.
How many?
How many?
I said a couple, about 2.
All right.
Let's go kill.
I ready my bow.
I get closer.
Notice that if you are going to try to close the gap on the goblins, considering the distance, you will need to use a stealth skill to get up to them. You can
How
attack.
big is this room?
Now, I will say, Damien, you can use your bow from where you are without moving. Vidar, if you want to close the gap with them, you're going to have to use your stealth skill to try to do it.
Will he have some form of disadvantage because he's wearing the breastplate?
In this case, no.
How big is this room?
I have the leather.
How far is it from this little entrance that we crawled through to the goblins? In, like, feet.
On the map, you are at roughly left of center, northwest region of the northern room. The goblins are all the way, kind of almost in the corner.
Yeah. I was measuring, like, I wanted to measure the distance is what it was. Because I was just wondering, like, in case he wanted to sneak.
I will say that it is roughly 30 yards between the two of you.
Okay.
The goblins and you.
All right. Do you still want to do your thing?
I mean, there's no way I'll be able to sneak. I have an 11 stealth.
Well.
What if I just...
What about Dorban?
What if I just rush?
What is Dorban? What is Dorban?
Just 0.
Just 0? Oh.
Actually, he
Zero
upped it to 5% recently.
Yeah. So I'm not that bad anymore.
Alright, so I guess...
I had 5. I upped it to 11.
Rushing is a good strategy.
We need better stealth. What if we just rush them? Like, we just
You-
run as fast as we can to stab them.
You two can rush. I will shoot.
Oh, wait. What if you, well, no. Yeah.
That's the only viable thing
could-
we can do.
Yeah, just rush as fast as we can to stab them, because that would actually probably be more viable than trying to stealth.
You two go. I'll cover you.
Alright. I rush as fast as I can to stab them in the back, if I can.
Dorvan, are you going to do anything similar?
I'll attack with him.
Okay, you're both going to rush then. Okay. You're both going to need to give me a roll.
Can I
Damien.
shoot real quick?
Sure.
39.
You put a bolt right between the right in the back of the head of one of the goblins as he's speaking to the other one, catching him entirely by surprise. Vidar, give me a roll.
59.
What's your dexterity?
3.
High or low?
Low.
Okay, Dorvin, high or low?
Hi.
You try to rush, but considering the fact that the room is full of dead bodies and debris, you both manage to stumble roughly around the same time and fall flat onto the ground.
Can I quickly make another shot?
No. The goblin does not take notice of you. However, he is startled by the fact that, his buddy had just got shot in the back of the head. And he makes a very shocked expression and runs out of the room.
Oh, shit.
Alright, I'm gonna charge after him.
You can hear him go on, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" in another room.
No! Oh, no! Oh, no.
Tom behind you says, "You, quickly, this way!
Alright, I'm gonna follow Tom.
Follow Tom.
Tom
Can we get up
ushers
and
you
follow
to the...
Tom?
You should probably take notice that Tom has marked a secret passage into a second sleep room to the west on the map, and that's where he takes you. Quickly, through here!
Can we get up and follow him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Me and Dorvin, then we can get up and follow.
Alright, as a team, high or low?
I'm gonna say low this time.
Do you all agree?
Sure.
Dorvin?
Luck is on your side.
Yes!
You manage to make it through the tunnel before the goblins come back into that room, and you avoid being caught.
So, can we hear... Where's the goblin screaming from? Can we still hear him from...
The
where
goblins,
we are?
a group of goblins has already made it back into that room.
Okay.
How many?
You don't know, you left. But you know they came in, and you don't hear them.
Okay, that's fine. So,
Tom says, "That's just great. This is just fucking great. You alerted them. Now they know we're here."
Oops.
Well, I mean, yeah. That was bound to happen at some point.
luck was not on our side there. 24 left, though.
None of us are exactly that stealthy.
I should have given you guys a chance to get up close first.
It's okay. We probably wouldn't have done that well.
We're back in the storeroom, right?
No.
Mm.
No,
You're still on the second level. He moved you into the west room of the second level.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
Let's see about getting closer to the stairs to get to the third level.
There is currently nobody in this room, as far as you can tell entirely. It's a very similar room to the one you were in last time, where it has a bunch of destroyed furniture and dead bodies. Tom says, "They've all cleared out of this room for now, but that won't be for long. They're going to start searching room by room."
Alright, well, let's go a floor down and see if we can get to the third. Let's see if we can get to the stairs.
The stairs are in the middle of this whole place.
That's not gonna work.
There's a reason goblins build their dens the way they do. It's so that if you want to move around it, you have to go through this center chamber. Which is why, in larger dens like this, we're lucky that some of the other goblins have built these tunnels, because they're too lazy to use the center chamber.
Let me think. Oh, I know. Okay, so now if the goblins heard us, they would run through the center chamber to come get us, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got an idea. I take out my rope.
Okay.
I look for. I'm trying to think. I try to find like a heavy stone I can put one end under.
I'll say there are plenty of heavy stones around that you can find.
Basically, I want to set up a tripwire, basically.
You want to trip the goblins.
Yeah, I want to put a tripwire right in front of the... Like,
Well,
I'm looking,
I
I'm
can
looking
draw
at-
your attention to the map for the room that you're currently in. There are 2 entrances to it.
2? How wide are the doors?
There's a fair gap. Your rope, I will say, you do have enough rope that you could, in theory, put a tripwire across a door. However, it would be probably not the best place to do it here, as it would break them into 2 groups. So I know what you're trying to do, but it's not a good room to do it in.
We should
I thought the door was smaller, so no, that's not a good idea.
Well, there's just 2 doors, so there's going to be 2 groups.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. Dang. Well, this sucks, because I'm not exactly sure what we can do.
We could, I don't know, we could just try and maybe move to another room.
Well...
Can I listen out and see how many goblin chitter-chatters there are?
Give me a roll.
66.
You can't hear anything.
Alright. Let's see if we can at least see if there's any goblins near the main chamber at all. Like, just peek out, see if we see anything.
Taking a peek out, you see some goblins start to come out from the north room into the main chamber.
Alright, so...
And one is barking orders to the other, pointing to various rooms.
Okay, so they just left the northmost chamber, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go through the secret passageway back into the northmost chamber. Because they just searched there, so they won't go back in there.
Probably a good idea. That's our best bet.
Yeah. Alright, let's sneak back through the northwest
High
chamber.
or low?
I mean...
As a group, high or low?
High.
Yeah, let's go high.
The goblins come in the room as you're going through the tunnel.
Shit!
One of them points to you and goes, "Ah!"
How many?
There's about 6 goblins in the room currently. There are more goblins out in the chamber.
Crap. And shit.
I will say that the passage leading between the 2 sleep rooms, by the way, it's not like the secret tunnel leading up and down. This one is large enough that you can walk through it.
How wide is it?
Not wide. It is...
Hey, I got an idea.
It is about a few inches wider than you are.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's hurry to the other side. Once we get to the other side, how about we just stab anything that runs through it? We do the classic Spartan thing where we funnel people, because
Who says
think
they'll
about
come? Who says they'll come exclusively through that? We may have to set up a tripwire on the other end.
we don't have time. They're running after us behind us.
Well, then let's go.
What I'm saying is this: they're funneling through this chamber. We can stab them one at a time.
And I don't disagree, but they
All
may
right.
come from another way.
All right. Well, anyway, we run through here, and I guess, I turn around and look forward towards the chamber where they're chasing us from
They
behind.
are coming through the tunnel now.
Okay, I stand in the path of the... Well, wait.
You're
I don't know
going to try to stab one as they come through?
Well, yeah, because I don't think we'll have enough time to set up a tripwire. That would take too long.
They are right behind you, so...
Yeah. We gotta make our
Give
stand right
me a
here.
quick roll.
Just Vidar, I assume?
Yes, he's the one stabbing.
$46.
And you're... Yeah, that should be good, yeah. You try to stab your sword into the open tunnel as one comes through. However, your aim is a bit off in such a frantic situation, and you only manage to graze the arm of the goblin coming through. However, it stuns him for just a moment. And just as that's happening, suddenly you see a large log of one of the broken, what was once goblin beds, pressed up against the tunnel. As Tom thrusts it right up against it and says, "Quickly, grab something to barricade it!"
I grab a item to throw against it.
What else is there on the...
The room is full of broken furniture, bits of wood, there are plenty of rocks, dead bodies.
I grab the heaviest thing and I push it against it.
Give me a roll for strength.
Shit. 90. Sorry, 91.
Your strength?
Unfortunate. Oh, 10.
Look, it's a big struggle. But you just managed to pick up a boulder on the ground, just barely, and push it up against the wood, the beam that Tom has placed up against the tunnel. You're certain that it is so heavy that no amount of goblins coming through that thin tunnel would ever be able to push it away.
I'm a little exhausted from the running.
Tom says, "There's no time to rest! Quick, to the other side! They're gonna come through the other way!"
Oh, I was just giving a reason why it was harder for me to pick up the rock.
I'm going to run across the room with Tom.
Everyone give me a quick roll.
50.
What's your dex?
My dex is 7.
Alright, Vidar?
I got 61. My dex is 3.
Alright, everyone except for Vidar manages to make it to the other side.
Uh-oh.
Vidar stumbles halfway there. Give me a, Vidar, high or low?
Low.
Lady Luck is on your side. You manage to get yourself back onto your feet and across the room just as the goblins start flooding in from the main entrance.
My dexterity is a problem. But yes. Whew, that was close.
Tom leads you through the other secret entrance. The other secret passage on the other side of the room. A very similar passage leading into a room that is blue. In fact, you can actually see in this room without the need of your torch.
Oh.
Tom, where are we?
Yeah, what is this?
This is an underground pool. I haven't been to this room before.
Are we on the third chamber?
No, you're still in the second level.
Okay.
Don't you see the paths drawn on the map between the two rooms?
So that must mean we are on the... Are we, like,
You're in the west room of the second level. Those lines on the drawn on the map on the second level.
Ah, okay.
You see where it's connecting those rooms?
Yeah.
I think so.
Are you sure you mean west? Because the west room is the sleep room.
Oh, sorry, east.
No,
room.
no, no.
East
There
room.
we go. I was about to say west room. Hold up. Yeah, no. Okay, east room. That makes sense. Sorry.
Just for
Okay.
clarification, I'm talking about things that look like this. If that'll load. But anyway, so you're in the west room, or east room.
Okay. Is there any movement?
No, once again, they rushed into that northern room, Tom says. Holy fucking jeez! You people are gonna get us all killed!
We're trying the best we can. Let's try to get to the entrance. I'm sorry. Get to the middle. To the stairs. As long as nobody's there.
Well, you need to start moving.
Yeah, let's go to the center to see if we can get to the stairs to get
Are you
down.
kidding me? It's swarming with activity now. There's no way we're gonna be able to get to the stairs from here.
Then
We're
what
gonna
do
have to
you
look-
suggest we do?
We have to... I haven't been in this room before. We need to look around and see if there's any way to get further down.
Alright, we look around.
Do we want to look around for any more secret passages?
I just said, yeah, well,
Between
I mean,
rooms, I mean.
Oh, well, I just said we'd look around just to see anything.
I'm looking for passages between rooms.
Alright.
Jordan, what about you?
I will go with you.
With
Go
who?
with what?
By the way, the room that you are in has a pool throughout it, and there are stalactites and stalagmites, and a lot of various crystals and interesting rock formations.
Okay.
Do you plan on investigating any of them?
Oh, sure.
I don't.
I'm just
I
saying,
would.
when the DM points out an obvious detail, generally it's a good idea to look into said obvious detail.
I look at the crystals.
Oh,
Give me a
okay, you
roll,
say okay.
Vidar.
$37.
Okay. What is your natural world skill?
15.
Unfortunately, you're not savvy in what these might be.
Fine, I'll
Damien?
try. 16.
Ah. You recognize some of the formations here. And you recognize that mixed with something else, these rocks, some of these peculiar rocks, can be made into an explosive powder.
Ooh.
Does anyone know how to make the explosive powder?
Well, obviously, Damien does, as he recognizes it.
Ooh, I'm gonna try it.
If you mix this with the vial of oil that you currently have, it will make a cherry bomb.
Okay. Well, will I lose the oil if I mess up?
You don't...
I don't know.
The only thing you have to do is make the rock into a powder.
All right, fine. I will do it.
The only thing you have to succeed upon is making the powder.
Okay, I want to try and make a powder. Do I need to roll U100?
Yes. Give me a roll.
25.
you make crystal powder. You mix it in with the vial of oil, and it changes color suddenly. You can feel that it's quite unstable. If this vial were to be smacked against any hard surface, it would explode.
Do I know how lethal the explosion would be?
Since you had to make this in a pinch, you don't know.
Okay.
All you know is that it is quite the volatile solution. By the way, high or low?
Me? I'm gonna go with high.
Okay. You managed to pull this off well before the goblins began to investigate the room. They've still yet to come this way.
Alright, I got us a backup plan. Do I know where they are? Can I hear where they're at?
They seem to be up in the... They're investigating the northern room currently still.
What do we
And
want to
they're
go
running
next?
about in the main chamber a little bit. But mostly investigating the main room there. They've likely... Tom mentions that they've probably taken notice of the secret passage in the room leading to the top room, and have probably begun investigating up there, or at least will be soon.
What do we want to do next? We have 6 goblins following us. What do we want to do?
Wait, we have 6 goblins following us?
I believe that was the
That
total,
was from
right?
before. There are goblins strewn about, and they have been quite alerted. Now all...
So, if his estimates...
There was originally... Let me think. Okay, so there was originally around 10 goblins on this level. There are now 9 goblins rushing about this area all over the place, and you don't know where. And you have a bomb.
There is one group of 6. That means the other...
Wait.
That means
Okay.
the others have to be a group of 3.
Are there any... Is there only one entrance in here?
There's only one entrance in, yes. There is the secret... There is the sort of passage that you took from the north, but that's not an area they would likely come through. They would likely use the main entrances. Of which there's only one into this room.
Okay, so with that entrance... Sorry. Actually, with the bomb we have, is it a thrown bomb? Or is it...
It is
I
a
told you,
thrown vial.
if the vial strikes any hard surface, it will explode.
How powerful exactly is this explosion?
We don't know.
All you know
Okay.
is that it's
I
a
say-
very volatile bomb.
Okay, I say this. We get their attention. They rush into this room. As they're going through the passage, we throw the bomb, and then we retreat north. It might kill a good number of them. If it kills a good number of them, we kill the rest.
This
If
is probably
not-
going to alert the entire... Once we use this will probably alert the entire pit of goblins.
Oh.
This is a last resort type of weapon.
You're in a last resort type of situation already. You
I
are
say-
cornered like rats.
I say we try to make it so that make a lot of noise over here, so that they
But
come
using it.
through here, and we
Yeah.
throw that bomb right as they're coming, as they're narrowly coming through this area. We kill a big chunk of them, hopefully, and then we do a mop-up operation and clean up the rest.
I want to try and see if we can deal with them without using the vial.
I
don't think we're as cornered as we are.
I think we're definitely as cornered as we are. Do you have any idea how many? They're all up here on this. Well, I'm assuming there's a lot of them on this, and they're if we go north, we're fucked. If we go south, if we go through this entrance, there's the rest of them. We have to kill as many as we can. I say we get them this way, and if we at least get their attention, we can flee north through the secret entrance. But we have to get their attention over here at the very least.
We have to funnel them some way, shape, or form.
We funnel them through here. We use the bomb. And, yeah, I think the bomb's okay here. We'll just blow if there's enough of them. If we see enough of them, yeah, we'll just use the bomb and we'll kill a bunch of them. Hopefully.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I think it's Dorvin, what do you think?
Of what idea?
They're planning, or at least Vidar wants to alert the goblins which are chasing you all down right now, so that they'll all come through the main entrance into the room, which the room you're in currently only has one entrance. You have a volatile bomb that will explode upon impact. So Vidar wants to get their attention so they'll rush in, blow them up with the bomb, hopefully, potentially blow them up with the bomb, while you flee out the exit that is north.
That seems like a pretty decent idea.
See? Not so bad. Come on, Dorvin.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fine, let's go.
All right, Damien, let's do this. So I go to the main entrance, and I make some noise.
Okay.
I
make the noise.
Ah!
You hear from the goblins in turn.
Actually,
they jump over stairways and rush towards the entrance of the room.
Come get us, fuckers.
You say, standing in the entrance of the room. Are you going to retreat from said entrance?
I retreat from said entrance.
All right. Damien, are you ready to throw your bomb?
Looks like I got no choice now.
Vidar, you see Vidar rushing out of the...
I see myself?
No, I'm saying that Damien sees Vidar rushing from the entrance as a whole bunch of goblins, you can't make out the number of which, start to try to pour through that entrance.
Throw it now!
I'm gonna throw it.
Give me a roll.
Okay. 24.
You pitch it right at the side of the entrance, and it blows. The explosion is far larger than any of you imagined it would be.
Oh, shit!
A great fireball blows its way all the way through, all the way into the room. It steams up a good chunk of the water and blasts its way back into the main entrance, the main chamber as well, and even fire seeps its way down some ways into the pit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, we're gonna make more of that.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing left but parts of what was once goblins.
How many?
You have no idea how many.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
However,
Well,
from the lower levels, you begin to hear...
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Did the entrance collapse?
No, it's made entirely of stone.
Oh,
It actually made it larger.
Oh,
It
okay.
did collapse some of the roof above you, However, it did collapse some. High or low, real quick, just high or low.
Hi.
It collapsed some of the roof above you, and you see some meat fall down from the ceiling. You hear a large thudding sound. And looking up, you see Cookie looking down.
Oh, shit.
A large, massive ogre standing 9 feet tall with a meat cleaver as long as his arm.
Oh, no.
Vidar, do you still have that
He
poison?
looks pissed.
I do. Oh, no.
Tom quickly says to you, Quickly! We gotta go out into the main hall! Quick, this way!
If I follow Tom.
Run!
Run! Flee!
He rushes you across into the sleep room of the eastern side. The goblins begin to charge up the stairs, and Cookie disappears from view, but you can hear his thundering steps creaking down the wooden steps.
If you have any ideas of what to do with that poison, figure it out now.
Yeah, I do. And I take... Well, I'm not... Yeah, okay.
Tom points out to you, we couldn't use it before because they came in here too quickly. There's a secret entrance down to the 3rd level in this room. He points out on the western wall.
Alright, let's go through there.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, as a group, high or low?
Low.
Let's let Dorban choose. He has
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Dorvan, high or low?
Hi.
Lady Luck is on your side. You manage
Yes!
to get your way into the tunnel before anything manages to get into that room. You have evaded being caught.
You
would have killed us.
It wasn't me.
You chose low.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Alright, so... Are we on the 3rd chamber now?
You are now on the 3rd level.
Let's get to the storeroom.
That is okay. The area that you have entered into is full of bats. It is a room full of bats and amalgamates.
Amalgamates?
Amalgamates.
Aren't those the green things that we just encountered in the 18 chamber?
They're not green. There's patches of green on them. They're, amalgamate-like things. They're like weird, fleshy abominations that's kind of slug-like almost.
Do they attack?
Tom says, Look, be very, very careful not to anger the amalgamates. As long as the goblins don't order them to attack us, they're not going to attack us.
Okay, is there any goblins in the room? Is there any move?
Well, the bats and the amalgamates.
Well,
because of
outside
the
of that.
explosion, you caught the attention of all the goblins, and they've pretty much all rushed up.
Do we
so that
see
means-
the fuse since we're on the 3rd level?
You're in the farm. Do you look at the map? Do you see where the farm is, Vidar?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
So you're too far away from any of that to see it.
Alright, let's go towards the middle chamber here.
Well, you have to go north-ish first.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm seeing.
That's
we
what
can
I'm
go
saying.
north, to the middle.
All right.
North to get to the...
You enter through there into that chamber. This seems to be more farm area. with amalgamates eating away at the rocks and rubble and dirt. Of course, there are a few corpses you see lying on the ground, although these ones seem to be chopped up and put into feeding troughs.
Tom, why are the amalgamates eating that stuff?
Because that's what they eat.
Bodies?
Not everything
No.
is complicated. Amalgamates eat corpses. Or pretty much anything else the goblins will give them.
Creepy.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Let's see if we can get past here and... Well, see if we can see if that fuse or... I kind of want to get to the storeroom. If we can.
You'll have to go around south.
Alright.
Tom
Let's go around
says
south.
I think
the safest way to get up that way would probably be to use the passage at the south of this room,
Alright.
rather than using the main chamber, which you kind of singed.
Good point. Let's go south. It's probably safer that way anyway.
probably.
You pass through the passage into the next room. High or low?
Dorvin, you want to go with this one?
Sure.
Alright, high or low?
Hi.
Alright, you make it into the next room. The goblins still haven't started coming back downstairs yet.
Okay, can we see the storeroom yet?
Not quite yet. Not there yet. The room you're in looks to be... well, there's actually nothing in this room. Besides dead bodies.
Oh. Okay. Then
It's
I
just
guess
a
we
big open room that seems to have been built for some purpose that has yet to been put into use.
under construction, perhaps. Anyway, let's keep going.
You manage to make your way up north to the passage that leads to their storeroom. Tom says, "Are you guys sure you want to go up here? I mean, it's as safe as anywhere down here, but there's only one way in and one way out."
I mean, it's... I mean, there's only... Aren't all the rooms that way?
The room you're currently in actually has 6 different exits.
Oh, well, I mean, shouldn't we grab the stuff from the storeroom before we leave?
You can do whatever you want. He's just pointing out something to you.
Well, the second they come down here, we're gonna have to be moving around, so I figure we grab this stuff really quick and then get back out to this main chamber. Because once they come down here, I mean, we're kind of gonna have to run around anyway. Yeah, sure. We run into the storeroom really quick. Just see if
Okay.
we grab stuff.
As you're heading through the passage into the storeroom, Tom says, "I don't know if you guys are if we're gonna be able to bring any of this stuff out, but I did take a peek at it earlier when I was traveling around through here. I had managed to find the entrance to it by sneaking around, and I must say, there's quite a bit of treasure down here if we can actually get it all out. I'm surprised by how much they'd managed to collect from just small towns nearby. I don't think I've ever seen so much gold before."
Ooh, gold!
I'm surprised. I didn't even think the towns even had it.
That sounds promising.
As you enter the room, however, you are met with disappointment.
Oh.
Something or someone has looted this room.
What?
It's been looted.
It's just all gone?
There are various chests strewn about that have been opened. Someone's been here.
Damn it.
That doesn't matter. We have a job to do.
All right, Mr. Righteous over there. I'm still... But I scan the room. There's absolutely nothing.
Give me a quick roll to see what you find.
$76.
It's been picked clean.
Damn.
Whoever had done this knew exactly what they came for and knew exactly how to get it.
How the fuck did they sneak in here and take an entire town's worth of stuff? It would have taken a team or something.
Tom starts to speak up. What? This is impossible. The goblins wouldn't have done that.
There has to be another way out of here.
No, it's impossible. I've searched every inch of this room.
There has to be some other way out of this place, because there's no way they could have brought all this stuff out the front entrance. There's no way.
Well, 1 second. Maybe this is a jump in logic, but what about that? I know this is a bit of a jump, but what about that shady guy? I mean,
Damien doesn't know about that guy.
I do not.
What about Dorvin? He knows about the shady guy.
He is currently too dumbfounded to speak, and upsetted by the lack and disappointment of no gold.
That is understandable. But, damn. I can't help shake the thought of the shadowy guy from before, thinking maybe he had something to do with this, but at the same time thinking that's kind of impossible, because unless he had someone to help him, but it's the only person I know linked to this kind of activity, I guess, so But anyway.
We should check it out once we get out of here, then.
Well, we don't really know where he's at, but I could look for him after this, I guess. But anyway, we've wasted too much time in here. Let's go back outside and see if we can find...
Speaking of time wasted, high or low?
Low. I mean, we only looked around for a second.
It seems the goblins are quite determined that you're on that second level and have yet to come down back to the third level. But it's only a matter of time.
Okay, let's hurry up and get to the center and see if we can find the fuse.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. You enter back into that room that didn't really have much in it, and then see the passages that will lead into the center chamber.
Let's cut through the breeding room real quick.
Is that the best way to go?
Or we could walk around.
Tom says, I don't know if you guys want to go in there, but there is a passage that leads down from the breeding room into the pit.
Oh, man. Is there another way around?
We can take the main stairs, but the goblins are just above.
Fine. Let's go through the breeding chamber.
All right.
I don't think this is not going to be pretty.
Okay.
You enter the breeding room. You see, nailed to the wall, about 9 pregnant women in a row. They are all unconscious.
But are they alive?
Oh, dear God.
Actually, wait, I just answered my own question. Never mind. No, yeah, they are.
This is why I didn't want to come in here.
Tom says, let's hope they don't give birth while we're in here.
All right. Once they're impregnated, they can't come back from that, can they?
They're as good as dead,
All right.
Tom says to you.
Maybe to prevent them from screaming. Maybe we should kill them. And they're suffering. They're going to die either way.
I mean, that takes time. I guess we could kill them really quick. But what if killing them causes the goblin to be birthed?
Well, they'll be right at our feet and at our mercy.
That's true.
Tom has an uneasy look on his face as you are having this discussion, and seems like he wants to say something.
I don't agree with it either, but...
No, that's not what I wanted to say. The Beastmen,
Tom?
We have a way of handling these things, making sure that it's all taken care of, so to speak.
What do you mean?
What's that?
Well, it would alert the goblins if we did it, but... He holds his hand over his mouth, seemingly having trouble recalling what he wants to say. We usually set them on fire.
I mean, that is definitely going to wake everything up.
I don't agree with that. I would much rather their deaths be quick and painless as possible.
There's no such thing. If you try to kill them, the goblins inside of them, they'll, well, start getting active, and they'll eat them from the inside out. There is no death that can be painless for them now.
What if, I don't know, part of me wants to kill them, part of me wants to leave them alone and just continue along, but...
If we blow up this place, they'll die
Either way.
Crushed by rocks. No, they'll be crushed. That'll be better, and we won't get killed in the process. Let's just keep moving on.
Yeah.
Let's go to the...
Let's go.
Let's find the fuse.
I guess we're going to ignore them then.
Really all we can do.
Yeah.
Very well. Tom leads you to the passage that leads down into the pit. You enter down into the pit. There is red rock everywhere. The pit itself has been caked in blood. It's sticky and wet everywhere you try to move. There are pieces of small body parts strewn about everywhere. And in the center of it all is a bunch of powder kegs. A mountain of kegs. You don't understand how it would be possible for them to have possibly gotten these all down here. Many of them are broken. Tom says, when we first made our push in here, we had a large cart. We shoved several carts down the center chamber and had them break at the bottom of this pit. Piled up a mountain. It's easy to get them down here, but Getting a fuse from down here to the top is a different story.
What if we just lit the fuse down here?
We have to spool it, remember?
Why?
You could unspool it, but remember what Ramon said. You only get about 30 minutes.
Oh, right.
If you, that's as much spool as you got.
What if we just unspool it down here and just light it?
Then you have 30 minutes before it all blows up.
Wow.
And you are trying to tiptoe around a bunch of angry goblins.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's not an option. I'm just letting you know the dangers of said option.
Okay. I grabbed the spool.
Okay?
Let's keep going back to the top.
You'll have to go up the stairs.
Well, let's go back up the stairs.
Maybe we should... I don't know. Part of me wants to unspool it down here. What do you
make
think, Tom?
your way... Vidar starts making his way to the stairs as... Very quickly, Tom grabs his arm. What are you doing? They're up there. We haven't cleared this place out yet.
Yeah.
We
got nowhere else to go.
could unspool it down here and just try and sneak our way back up.
Yeah, and get caught in the explosion? Not exactly the best idea.
Well, I think it's a better option than this and getting caught.
The only option I can figure, if we light it down here, is we would literally have to run past everyone upstairs in just a last-ditch dash. That would hope that we would miss everything along the way up, which we most certainly would not.
Well, neither option is a preferable option, but...
Yeah, not really, because the second we get up there, alright, let's say we light it when we're at the top, right? If they see us, then all of them are just going to rush out anyway.
What if they try and stop the fuse? What if they know what we're trying to do?
Oh yeah, they could literally just cut the fuse at any point.
Exactly. That's why we have to clear the place out before we can light any of it.
Oh, so we have to kill these people anyway. How the heck are we going to do that?
With the extreme
Well,
amount
we've already
of
gone
luck.
through most of them.
Alright, well, let's see. Let's see if we can find a place to hide.
Have they started moving down the stairs yet?
Well, they're not going to come into the pit. They've come into the third room. They're on the third level now, but they're not in the pit. They're not going to come down there.
Okay,
There's a lot of entrances in the third room. We might be able to move around, be able to get them. Let's... How narrow are the stairs up and down?
I will say that the stairs are around 5 feet wide.
Okay, so not very wide. Alright. Shit. Oh. Is there any... No, that would take for fucking ever.
No idea is a bad idea at this point. Toss it.
Well, no, we would need wood. I don't think we have wood.
We have a torch.
It's not good enough.
Well, no, we'll need that to see. How much wood are you thinking?
Too much. We don't have enough. I was thinking of making like a tripwire and a pike line, but that would take forever, and we don't have the time.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
We don't have enough wood. Like, it would be great for like them tripping, falling down the stairs onto a pike line, or at least slowing them down. But
Did you say pikes? Yes,
pikes.
Tom says to you.
Yeah, pikes, but we
What
don't
about
have
the bones? And he points out that there is just tons of bones littering the grounds of the pit.
Oh. Right. Okay. I mean, they're not very long, but, could work. It could work.
Goblins
All right.
aren't very big.
Alright. I mean, granted, we don't have much room. Well, we have actually tons of room, but there's nowhere to really hide down here. It's just a big open pit, right?
Yeah. Just the pit.
Well, we could make a sort of final stand here, I guess. Alright. Here's what we do. We sharpen a bunch of bones. We put a rope, because it's freaking dark. I know they can see, but they still might not see close enough to go down the stairs. I'll make a tripwire along the stairs, and then all around the stairs and stuff, we'll set pike lines with these bones.
I like that idea. But what if Cook shows up? Who wants to get the poison? Do you want to get it? I can lace some of my arrows with it, and maybe I can shoot him with one.
I was gonna put it on my blades.
Well, can we? Is there enough to put it on two, like a sword and a bow, and an arrow? Or is it just enough for one weapon?
You have only one dose of poison.
Is it about how big is it in comparison to that oil we had earlier?
The poison that he gave you is a very deadly poison, but because of how deadly it is, it's also a very rare poison, and you only have a little tiny bit.
What if
Because you only need a little tiny bit of it.
we could use this on the cook? What if part of me wants to say we should put on the bones? That would give us, but I don't know if the poison would be nullified after one use.
No, because there's too many bones. There'd be too many pike lines. There's no guarantee it would even hit Cook. The goblins might impale themselves and create a path for him by that point.
I don't exactly want you getting close to that thing, because if it gets you,
It's our only viable option for getting the poison directly to him.
what about my bow?
You could, but a melee weapon's more likely to hit him than your bow. I'm more close.
I mean, I'm gonna go with my shots today.
I know. But I can hit him multiple times.
Any input on this, Dorvin? Dorvin, any input?
No.
None whatsoever?
No.
You're not concerned at all for this last-ditch effort for your lives?
I mean, either we do the last-ditch effort and have a chance of dying, or we don't and we do die. So either way, we're probably gonna...
Alright. Here. I say we put it on one of my blades just because I can use the blade multiple times. Whereas on the arrow, we can only use it once. If I keep hitting him with a poison blade, that's just going to keep poisoning him. So it'll get into his system faster.
I will tell you, just so you know,
I'm just afraid.
when I say
that
a single dose, I mean that if you slice anything with that sword, you lose the poison to that thing.
Oh.
So you only get one shot.
See, that's what I was
No matter
concerned
how
about with the
you-
bones.
No matter how you do it, you get one shot.
So
Why does
the thing is, I'm just afraid if he gets close to you, you will die.
I have to get close to him anyway.
If we move with the poison, we don't have to.
Alright, fine. Here, put on your arrow.
Not just yet. Let's wait and see how this
Alright.
pans out. The second I hear him, I will start putting it on.
Alright, I take some of my rope, I put a tripwire on the stairs. Let's sharpen these bones into pikes.
You all begin to set up a pike line as a group, high or low.
Let's go.
Dor-
Let's go. Vidar,
Hey,
you choose.
Dorvin,
Hi.
me? I feel like I already
Never mind.
came up with this. Oh, Dorvin to do something.
Jordan already said hi. All right, let's see what we get.
All right. You manage to set up a pike line of bones at the
How
base
many?
and around the stairs.
How many bones is it in total?
What, you want an exact number?
Kinda, yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't have one for you.
Aww.
It'd be a lot of bones.
You manage to set up as many as you think that you can. All along the stairs, and you have a tripwire leading down. The only thing left to do is to put it into action.
Any last words?
I hope we get out of here. It's been good fighting with you guys. I really don't want to die here. Feels like a shitty place to die.
If this goes south, I am abandoning your asses.
Once a coward, always a coward.
Fuck you.
I am not dying here.
Dorvin, anything else?
Yes. What do you mean, anything else?
Any last words?
Tell my wife I had another wife.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have a wife, Dorvin. Don't lie.
All right. Who wants to get their attention?
Hey, you guys!
You hear screaming from the upper levels as goblins begin to rush down the stairs.
This is all right. You ready, guys? This is the most jovial last stand I've ever seen.
They rush and rush and rush, not thinking about where they're going, and immediately they all begin to trip and fall.
Yes.
They stumble over each other. As soon as the first couple trip, they begin to trip over each other, and they fall and pierce their bodies and their skulls and their behinds and their arms and their ligaments all into the pike line that you set up made of bones.
It's pretty fucking metal, by the way. Just gotta say.
Until enough of them have actually fallen onto the pikes that it has created a meat shield between them and the sharp bits, and a few goblins managed to get their way down. There was a group of 5 goblins that have made it to the bottom level.
Showtime.
So,
I rush forward to attack.
Alright, Dorvin, are you attacking with him?
Yes.
Alright, as usual, group roll, Vidar.
30.
Excellent.
do I need to roll?
Dorvin manages to cut off the head of one of the goblins. Vidar, you manage to cleave the arm off of one, but it hasn't died yet.
Do I need to roll?
Yes, for your archery. If you're going to attack, obviously.
That's an 80.
You fire off a bolt. It fires pathetically behind the goblins to the back of the wall. There are another 4 goblins left.
Alright.
The group of 4 is going to attack you and Dorvin. So, Vidar, please give me a roll.
26.
You manage to fend off their blows, although it's quite a close scrape. As the goblins swing their weapons around you, there is still quite a number more than the 2 of you fighting. You may now take another action against the goblins.
I attempt to stab him in the head if I can, or cleave it off.
Of course, you and Dorvin, give me a roll.
48.
The goblins manage to fend off your blows and actually cut a scrape into your leg, Vidar.
Ow!
You take 1 point of damage. Damien?
Alright, I'm gonna make another roll with my bow, aiming for the head. 42.
The goblin who had his arm cut off, you shoot him right in the chest and he falls down dead. There are now only 3 goblins.
What about Tom? Does Tom get an attack roll?
Tom's not helping you.
Coward.
In fact, you don't even know where Tom went.
Okay.
The goblins are going to attack you and Dorvin, of course, Vidar. But not after they let out a cry. Up, 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 you hear the thunderous sounds of Cookie's footsteps. He's making his way down. You'll have to work quickly. Give me a roll, Vidar, for you and Dorvin's attack.
19.
Ooh, very nice. Dorvin manages to run his blade through the abdomen of one of the goblins and killing it. You manage with your dual blades to chop the head off of one goblin and then stab your sword through the face of the other. You've managed to kill the goblins.
Freaking awesome.
Tom reappears from the shadows. Yeah, that's real great and all, but do you hear that up there? You hear the loud, thunderous footsteps of Cookie. He's on his way. We're
Alright.
fucked.
I want to begin masking one of my arrows with the poison.
Very well. Your arrow is coated in poison.
Are there any more goblins coming down the stairs?
They're all dead. Cookie's all that's left.
Okay, whoops. I must have miscounted. Okay, so do we want to try and... You know what? Never mind. Just leave it alone. Let him come to us.
I mean, the second we run up those stairs, he's just gonna swing down.
Yeah, no, I was thinking maybe we could get rid of the meat barricade, but never mind. That wouldn't be a good idea. Try and get some extra damage
You
in,
just
but
want to wait for Cookie to come down to you?
I want to. Let's see what they want to do.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can
I'm
do.
just afraid that it might hurt us as well.
Well,
Anything in this campaign will hurt us.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can do, but is there any way we can remove some of the goblins from the pike lines?
Not in time.
All
That's
right.
what I thought.
So we're just letting him come to us then.
It's really all we can do, unless...
You could
we
try
don't
to
have
go
time.
to somewhere else to fight him. You do have enough time to go back up the entrance you came through, but that's about it. So you can either fight him here or fight him somewhere else, depending on what environment you think is more suited.
I think.
Well, if we
I
can...
think we're good where we are.
Well, I don't know, because if we can go up...
We could dodge
Then-
between rooms.
Well, what I'm saying is, if we go up, there's room to move between rooms.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, right. I'm just saying that, like, here, we got our backs against the wall, whereas up there, if things go a little south, we can run.
Cookie is too big, I will say, to fit through the small passages.
You know what? I got an idea then. Okay. Let's go through those passages.
Okay.
Or
so
at least
wanna
you
go
got- or at
upstairs
least-
to the 3rd level. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I want to hang around the entrance. How big is it? How big is it again? Like, remind me of how big this entrance is to the next floor.
The tunnel leading up, which you don't have to take the tunnel up if you don't want to. You have enough time. You could go up the stairs to the 3rd level before he gets down.
Hikes.
But no, it's covered in goblins. You could just walk over them now.
Anyway, you were saying?
The tunnels, the small tunnels that lead from one level to another that you've been using, are crawl spaces.
Yeah, there's no way he can fit through that.
No. I was thinking about maybe taking a shot and then going immediately fleeing into one of the holes. But I might not have enough time.
If he's far enough away.
Maybe.
I mean, you can shoot a bow from quite a ways.
Yeah, but that's a DM discretion kind of thing.
Yeah. We don't really have the feet kind of rule in here.
Yeah. Let's go. Hold on.
Well, let's at least go to the 3rd floor.
Yeah, if we can get somewhere more wide open, like the 2nd floor, maybe we might be able to do something. We can keep him at a range and constantly flee between rooms.
Alright, well, let's get to the 3rd floor.
Okay, we're going up the 3rd floor then.
You run up the stairs onto the 3rd level. You are now in the main chamber of the 3rd level, which seems to be a bit singed from your earlier explosion.
I gotta make more of those.
You hear the sound of Cookie's footsteps and see him emerge, coming down the steps to the 3rd level.
Quick, fire your poison at him.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take a shot at him. Or can I start running and take a shot towards the farm area?
Running will give you a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, I wouldn't run.
Okay,
You
fine.
definitely want to hit. You definitely want to hit with this shot.
Alright, let's, stand still and shoot then. Alright.
Cookie
I
is
will
standing on the 3rd level at the base of the stairs and sees you.
I want to take a shot.
Letting- Give me a roll.
45.
Not bad.
Archery skill is...
Oh, it's 56.
Okay, then.
Oh, wait, hold.
You fire your bolt, and it sticks into Cookie's shoulder. He reacts, but only a bit. Looks at it, grabs the bolt, and pulls it out.
Run.
Drops it onto the ground. However, you notice that his skin starts to turn from green to gray.
Gotta give it time.
But he roars and begins to charge you with his massive cleaver.
Run, 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 run. I want to run towards the, I want to run back towards the farm.
Sure,
Why
you're all gonna need to give me a dex roll.
We're at the center stairway, right? So, I assume we only have to take a quick left, correct?
Yes, but you all still need to make a dex roll to see if you trip.
He just said what, so I was just like, I was explaining my reasoning.
Everyone give me a dex roll.
I never
70.
pass these.
I got a 70.
What's your...
My dex? Mine's dex is 7.
You only just barely managed to gain ground on Cookie.
Whoa!
Vidar?
28.
Nice.
You all just about managed to get away from Cookie. After all, he is quite the lumbering beast. And seems to be slowing down with each breath. Swinging his massive meat cleaver behind him, you manage to make it to the entrance. The small passage between this farm and the other one. While it is tall enough for you to walk through, it is too thin for the massive Cookie to get through.
I say we wait a little bit.
Let's keep moving.
I don't even think we gotta keep moving.
Well, technically, well, yeah. No, we could. But
I
what if
wanna
he tries
keep-
to smash through?
Think about it. He just got poisoned.
What if he tries to smash through, though?
The passage is solid stone.
He ain't gonna cut through this.
Okay, fair enough. Let's just wait then.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of possibilities.
I want to keep an eye on this guy.
Just as you're having this conversation, you see Cookie's breathing intensify massively, and pretty soon blood starts pouring out of his mouth. Then first his nose, then his mouth. You see his skin turn a pale grayish color, and the veins blue, growing larger and larger and intensifying. Blood from his eyes next, and soon his breathing stops.
This is why I was researching poison.
Cookie falls onto his back. Dead.
I want to climb out of the hole. Is he
Not
still
a hole.
alive?
You're not in a hole.
Tunnel. Is Cookie still alive?
No, he's dead. I just said he's dead as a doornail.
I walk over.
Can
to
I
Cookie.
wait? Can I?
Wait.
Can I borrow your sword?
No, excuse me. I need to do something, and then I can give you my sword. And
Go on.
I cut off Cookie's head.
All right.
I take his head and I wrap it around my belt by his hair.
Sure. You do so. You now have Cookie's head adorning your belt.
All right. You can use my sword now if you want.
I take his sword. You guys go ahead and start spooling the thread. Take whatever you need.
What do you need my sword for anyway?
I want to pay back for a sissy.
Oh, okay. And I pick up the spool.
You retrieve the spool from the pit and begin spooling it out. Dorvin, do you have anything to say? Anything to add?
No,
You sure?
not entirely.
Dorvin's just waiting to get some magic powers.
Oh yeah.
He's waiting to hurl them fireballs. I can just feel it in his voice. He's like,
All right.
"Fuck this shit! I want to throw some fireballs."
They're spooling. They're starting to get the spool. Damien, what are you doing?
I am stabbing the shit out of the orc while screaming.
Careful. He is poisoned.
I have blatant disregard for this poison.
Would you like to give me a vocal reenactment?
You guys might want to turn me down. Just a fair warning, because I'm running a studio microphone.
How the people at home might not want to.
That is why there's a warning now.
I would like a vocal demonstration of his roleplay.
All right.
Ow.
Perfect.
Anyone going to react to this?
I look over at him and I say, good instincts.
Your friend's a nutter.
Yeah, he's got a few screws loose.
All the better for this team.
Alright, so you guys are going to exit now? You have retrieved the spool. The only thing left to do is to, well, all go back up to the entrance.
Yeah. I asked.
I go back to Vidar.
I asked it. I asked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I have my blade back now?
Not Dorvin, that's me.
I know, Damien.
I give him back his sword. Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, alrighty. I take the spool and I spool it out to the entrance.
You all make it to the entrance of the cave, and the spool runs out.
I light the spool.
Just so you know, you are currently standing right next to the pit, or the hole leading down to the pit. So the spool ran out roughly around the top of the stairs.
Okay,
That's
well,
fine.
I'm gonna go back and check on Ramon.
Tom is right there with you.
I said Ramon.
Anyway, so you're all... so, let me get a base for what you're all about to do. So you say you're about to walk out to see Ramon go through the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Vidar, what are you doing?
I'm lighting the spool.
You're gonna light the spool. Dorvin, anything?
Is Ramon still alive?
You don't know. He's outside. You haven't gotten to outside yet.
Well, I'm gonna leave the cave before he lights the spool.
Okay. You are planning to leave the cave with Damien. Damien and Dorvin. As you turn to leave the cave, you see several silhouettes. Perhaps maybe 6 silhouettes standing to the entrance of the cave. And you hear echo down the stony walls.
Do I hear this?
Yes. You all hear
What's
a
that
slow clap. Vidar, you turn your attention to see the silhouettes in the entrance of the cave.
Huh? Uh-oh. Who are you?
Well done, Vidar. I must say. All this work certainly didn't go to waste.
Work?
The goblins.
Oh.
I must admit, I wasn't sure that you were going to manage, you and your group of weaklings, but I must say you rather surprised me. It wasn't easy for us to put all this together.
Put this together? Did you
What?
cause...
You just think this massive goblin city showed up out of nowhere in the safest region of the entire Creelan country?
Yes?
You are as foolish as we thought, but at the very least, you aren't incompetent.
What do you want?
Well, why did you do this?
What? Are you telling us you honestly don't know?
Power? You wanted control of a certain area?
He begins laughing, the large man in the middle. You don't know anything, do you? And after we went through the trouble of killing all those people, perhaps you're not worth anything to us after all. Or maybe you just need a wake-up call. He snaps his fingers. The man to his left draws his bow on you.
Not this again.
Give me a roll, Vidar.
36. 36.
An arrow is shot straight into your chest, knocking you back. You fall down the pit.
Down the pit?
Down the pit.
Ah!
smacking hard against the floor.
Ah!
Yards. Almost 100 yards down. You hit the ground with a sickening, cracking thud. And silence.
Am I alive?
Probably not, no.
What?
It seems that an example must be made. Don't any of you try to follow us now.
Who are you?
If you, by chance, happen to see Vidar again, let him know. We'll be watching, and we'll be waiting for him. They turn to leave. A strange man holding a large staff wearing what looks like priest-like garbs begins to smack his rod against the ground, and sparks of lightning begin to shoot out, and in an instant, they're gone.
The gold. He wanted the gold. Damn it. I didn't think about that.
So they're gone. You said they're just gone. I'm going to go
They
check on Vidar.
Teleported. Very well. You may go back down to check on Vidar.
I want to go and check on Vidar.
What does he see?
Dorvin, what are you doing?
Just sort of standing here, I guess.
Alright, you're not going to check on Vidar?
Not really.
What the hell, man?
It was a long fall, to be fair. Damien, you
I
make
mean,
it-
I'm not going all the way down there to check on a corpse.
What do I see?
You see Vidar's body.
That's not a good sign.
His neck has been snapped.
What?
His legs are broken, and so is his arms.
What?
It appears he died on impact.
What?
Okay.
But
I'm
there's
gonna try
something else rather strange you notice.
Wait, where's Tom?
No, Tom's still up top with Dorvin.
Okay.
There's something else strange you notice. The powder kegs are gone.
What?
The powder kegs.
No, I heard.
Gone.
I heard. I don't have much to say to that. Okay. So he's like dead. There's no saving him, right?
You heard how I described it.
Is there a way down the cliff?
I'm gonna try and pick him up.
I'm gonna try to loot his corpse.
For
You're at
fuck's
the-
sake!
Dorvin, you're at the top. You don't even know anything. You
Yeah, but
said you
he
stayed up
had
there.
to have said something from what he observed.
He's at the bottom. He's 100 yards down.
Oh,
You can't hear him.
Did you remember what he said, though?
Okay, I'm gonna
Remember how?
Sorry, what was
Remember
that?
how he said to talk to me before?
Oh my! But you're dead.
I know. But you know what he said.
Vidar.
I will have nothing from you, Vidar. You are currently dead, so do not speak.
Okay.
Just spoke again. Fine. I'm gonna pick him up and start carrying him up the stairs.
Give me a roll.
Ooh. 56.
56.
My strength is 5, just for reference.
You're not strong enough to carry Vidar out. You're unfortunately unable to move his body.
I can't even drag him?
Nope, he's too heavy.
Fuck. Sorry about that, buddy. Say it to his corpse. I'm gonna go back up top.
You do so.
Dorban, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. Let's go.
Did you grab the silver all from his body?
No, I don't loot dead people.
Where's his body?
It's on the stairs. I'm continuing my way out of the cage, or the pit.
Okay, let's just go then.
You can loot him if you want. I won't stop you, but...
Well, let's just go.
Okay, well, I guess we're heading out then.
Very well. You step out of the cave. Back into the light. Victorious and defeated. Damien, Dorvin, and Tom. And thus ends our session, as well as the campaign Crisis of the Goblin City.